the web dev workshop. So thank you all. So let other people join, then we'll start. Okay. So yeah. So let me see that whether I'm live. So hello. Hi. Yes. So yes, I'm live on all platforms. Yeah, on YouTube and all. So yeah. Yeah. So thank you all for being here on a Saturday evening. You could have done a lot of other things, but you're here to learn. It shows that you want to learn. And yes, those who are new here, let me tell a bit about myself, and then we will going to learn all the things which I have been told, which is HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and we are also going to do projects. Yeah, we're going to do projects because that is something which is there. And those who are new to the channel or those who are new here, let me tell a bit about me, and I'm also going to tell you the path which you should take to be a web app developer. A lot of you here are maybe not even from development background. So what to do, what path to take, and all those things I will tell. And so you can get connected with us. So let me share my screen and tell a bit about myself. Okay, so okay, this is me, and this is my LinkedIn profile. And actually, we are live on LinkedIn also. But those who are watching on LinkedIn, it will be like we'll be very happy if you are going to watch it on YouTube. YouTube is our main platform, so please do watch it on YouTube. So this is about me. My name is Nabindu Vishwas, and I have more than 16 years of IT experience and past like more than 1.5 years I'm running and company in Bhopal on a street deputy. Before that, I have worked throughout my career in metros in Bangalore, in Mumbai, in positions like last position was as an associate architect in a product based company in Bangalore, and have worked in companies like top companies like Oracle and JP Morgan. But right now I'm a full-time trainer. I have my own online courses. I have my own institute, training institute in Bhopal. I do corporate training and all those things I do. Okay, so those are the things about me, and you can go through my LinkedIn profile. Maybe I will give you my LinkedIn profile. You can go through my LinkedIn profile, and you can learn more about me. So, but it is not about me; it is about you. So this is me, and more than 16 years, and I've been here YouTuber also more than 2 years. So this is my all experiences. Graduated in 2004 from RGPV in Bhopal. So that's all me. This is the first job, and all those things are there. Okay, and this is about a company. So it's a fully registered company. You'll get a nice certificate from us. Those who will attend it completely, they will get nice certificate for us. I will tell you the process. I will tell you the process how you will get the certificate, but you will get a nice certificate for us. We are completely registered company. This is a company page, and this is our company websites and all. So those things are there. So you'll get a nice nice certificate from us. You get a nice certificate for us. Yeah, and yes, we have like this 12 hours boot camp also once in a month on YouTube. Okay, so that is not yet done. 12-hour boot camp, totally live boot camp we have, and that are also certification courses. Okay, so that is there, and how you will get the certificate. So as a lot of you might have seen, like you will get the certificate. So how we will get the certificate? So certificate you will get by filling the attendance form. So where is the attendance form? So this is the attendance form. And there will be two attendance forms given. Okay, one attendance form will be given at around 3:30 p.m. IST, or else when I will start with HTML, it will given at that time. And you have to fill all these things. And the second attendance form, which is quite similar to this, you'll get towards the end, because it's a 4-hour workshop. You'll get towards the end around 6:45. You'll get, okay, 6:45 you'll get. Please don't ask before that. So both of these attendance forms you have to fill. Okay, and we are going to do everything in a bit fast manner. Like 4 hours, still we think it's less. And as I told, we have a 12 hours boot camp also, in which we teach in very much depth. Although in our channel you'll find everything in depth also, because our channel has got everything. We have this weekly workshops also. In these weekly workshops, we have like around CSS workshop differently, JavaScript workshop differently, React workshop differently. All those things are there. So those things are there. Okay, so what you have to fill in this attendance form? You have to fill in this attendance form, your email ID. Okay, so because you are going to get the certificate on the email. Okay, and then you have to give the name by which you want to get the certificate, the exact name you want. Then yeah, we want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we're doing so much, like every week we're doing so much. We want you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and the username you have to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You need to fill that. And we do like will you teach DOM basics? DOM basics, like JavaScript, maybe we'll teach the DOM basic if you have time. But we have like extensively like a lot of things on our channel, like JavaScript and all recently got completed. So in that DOM basics was taught. Okay, so right now this like in 4 hours, like we might not be able to cover the DOM basics, but okay. So I'm not giving the first attendance link right now. Okay, so that is there. Okay, so this Instagram ID, you need to subscribe to our Instagram. So like we do some tech related stuff. And then your current role, you need to give your current role, whatever is your current role, you need to give. And your LinkedIn profile, you have to give what is the LinkedIn profile. If you don't have a LinkedIn profile, right? I don't have a LinkedIn profile, but we will require the LinkedIn profile. It will be much better if you give the LinkedIn profile. So second form is also same, but it will given on later on. Okay, so that is there. And now the thing is that, okay, someone was asking will it is DOM basics. So DOM basics, see our, if you go to our YouTube channel, like our YouTube channel, you will find like we teach almost everything. We teach almost everything out there. So this is our YouTube channel, and so the thing which we have this a lot of live sessions we have. Okay, a lot of live sessions we have. We recently completed the JavaScript beginners to advanced 5-day course we completed, in which we taught everything in JavaScript. So this is a different. So Saturdays we have this long workshop kind of a thing, and every day, so we generally have classes 365 days. So this class, in this what happened, we teach JavaScript from starting till then, and this is also certification. So we teach from starting, like DOM and all, everything we taught, like everything which is out there from the starting we taught. Okay, so this we have Bootstrap, we have CSS, we have like some advanced stuff also, like Next.js, Angular also we have. So almost everything which you can think of. So almost everything. You have 12 hours bootcamp also. Everything is, most of the things on our channel is like, we have Node.js also recently done, we have advanced React.js also recently done, JavaScript advanced also recently done. So we have all these things on our channel. Okay, so that is there. So please do subscribe to the channel. You will like find it like one of the best channel on this like YouTube. You are going to learn everything, and everything you're going to learn in a certification manner. So that is my promise. This is the best channel on YouTube. Okay, so please do subscribe. Okay, live streaming classes to make you highly paid web developer. That's our goal. Okay, so that is there. We teach almost like, we have paid thing also, but we give everything for free on YouTube, everything. So we don't keep anything. We have online classes, paid online classes also. The difference only is that there is mentorship is more, else everything is there. Okay, so that is there. Now the thing is that before starting with HTML, I will tell some of the things. Okay, so the thing is that, okay, so in our channel also a lot of things are there. So, and in the internet also a lot of things are there. So some of you might be not from the IT background. So what to do if you're not from the IT background? What things should you learn? Because sometimes I go to some top level colleges, there everybody talks about DSA, and sometime data structure algorithm. Sometime I go to some other place, they will talk about yeah, we provide everything. Yeah, we provide everything in our paid courses. We provide everything. Okay, so that is there, but you have to earn the internship. So you have to earn the internship. So it is not like that just we'll give the paid course and you'll not do all the assignments. Our paid course are like in that you have to do the assignments and all. So we will be before after you to do the assignments. If you don't do it, then you'll not get the internship. So it is not like just internship. We have collaborations with companies also. We have like a lot of collaboration with companies. So it is not just like we will not just give you internship, and we'll give you a job. We'll give a job if you do the things which we will tell you. We'll not give you internship. We'll just directly give you a job. So that is for sure. So we have already placed more than like 30 people till now. Okay, so that is there. And we are, the best thing is that we are not that big, so that is a plus point for a lot of you. So big companies, what happens, 100 and 100, and I've heard that thing like 150 people are there in one section and all, one batches and all. We don't have those many people. We have like maximum 20-30 people, not more than that. Okay, so that is also one of plus point. So that is of our paid courses. So but please do, like, if you want to learn everything for free, we have everything for free also. It is not like, okay, so I'll give the attendance links. One, Priya Gautam. If you ask again, I will remove you from this chat. As simple as that. Okay. So please. So those who will ask again for the attendance, they will be removed from the chat and they will not be given the attendance. As simple as that. Okay. So please don't ask again. As I've told that the first attendance link will be provided once I start with HTML. So please, my humble request is to not ask again, or you will be, your name is Vanpariya Gautam. Vanpariya Gautam, you will be removed from the chat. Okay, thank you. So we are there. I am there. Like I'm got quite popular on LinkedIn. So connect me on LinkedIn. Okay. So connect me on LinkedIn. Got popular on LinkedIn. So we every 2-3 months we have our paid batches going on. So next batch will soon start. So this batch is going to start. Okay. So that is there. And what are the? But right now it is not about the paid course. Right now it is about the free course. Okay. So let's do the free course. If you like me, you can join the paid course also. Okay, so there are three secrets for becoming a web developer. Those three secrets are like, okay, so let me not start from here. Let me start from here. So, what is web development and how is web development? How from web development you can get a job? Web development is like you have to learn HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. These three things you have to learn. Okay, nothing else and all. So you have to learn this HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Okay, and those who want to know more about any of my courses or something, please do connect me on LinkedIn. I'll tell more about that why LinkedIn is important. So web development, you need to know HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. Especially this React JS is very much important. Only having this in your resume will give you a job. I'm in connection with a lot of company. If you go to my LinkedIn profile, you'll see I'm a public speaker. Also, I speak in a lot of events. I speak in a lot of colleges, top colleges, and more things are like soon more speaking engagements are coming. So that is there, and everywhere I go I am connected with a lot of people, like not from now, from the past 5-6 years I'm connected with. Everybody needs this thing React. Go search about what is this thing React is, why it is required like so much. I am whether I'm telling the truth. You need this four things only: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. You don't need to learn Java and all those things, although there are jobs in that, but the most number of jobs today on the planet are in these things only: web app development. Because whatever we do nowadays are web app only. Just think about that. Whatever we do are web app only, and most of the things in a web app are front end only. So this all the things which I'm seeing in my tab, there are like 1 2 3 4 5 6 tabs are open. All of these six tabs, out of the six tabs, four tabs are made in React. Just two tabs are made in something known as Angular. Angular also required HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So those are the basic things which are required. Why those two tabs are made in Angular? Because this is from Google. This is from Google. All Google products, the front end are made in Angular because Google created Angular. But everything else on the planet are made in React.js, a library known as React.js, which is created by Facebook. You go to LinkedIn, it is the front end is created in React.js. You go to your Netflix, front end is created in React.js. You go to anything, you go to anything, you go to this thing. This is not a website. These things are known as web app. These are not websites and all. These are complicated web app. Facebook is a web app. Or else how on a website 80,000 people works. In Facebook, there are 80,000 people working on the Facebook and Instagram and all those things. 80,000 people are, wow, doing only a web app. Why? Because it is a web app which have 3 billion people. 3 billion means half of the world population is there. So that's why, and that is created in something known as React, because Facebook only created React. React is something which requires you the knowledge of HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And there's so many like positions of React, just like It doesn't even matter that you are a engineer, you are a computer science engineer, or you have a 10 years gap, 5 years gap. It doesn't matter. You're a housewife, you're a 10th pass. It doesn't matter. There are more number of React.js job than there are people on the planet. But people don't know these things. All these things they don't know. They go after PHP, they go after Python, they go after data science, they go after DSA, and all those things in which there are not that many jobs as there are in React.js. Just use your brain. Most number of jobs are in React.js. Okay, so there are then, but if you know React.js, then what? Suppose you are from non-IT background. I will tell more about that. You are from a non-IT background, then how do you get a job? So you need to do some networking. So networking means you need to do the networking on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram, and or Facebook group. Especially, I will tell the LinkedIn is the most powerful thing right now in India. So if you have a very good network on LinkedIn and if you do a lot of projects, you will get a job. There's something known as coding in public. I will tell about that. If you do that, you'll definitely get a job. The more powerful you are on LinkedIn, the more connections you are on have LinkedIn, you'll get a job. Then some daily actions you have to do. You have to do it is non-negotiable. You have to code 2 hours daily, and some challenges are there. So 100 days of code challenge is a very good challenge. Some of the people have liked my in things of 100 days of code challenge. I can see a lot of people like doing 100 days of code challenge and tagging me. So why tagging me? Why am I so important? Why tagging me? Because I'm this. This is this is my USP. I have like 27,748 connections on LinkedIn. It is soon going to be 28,000. 28,000 like LinkedIn, the total number of like uh, connections, like at most it can be 30,000. All the followers can be more. All the followers can be more. So I'm on the top side. So I am one of the influencers, like the influencers in LinkedIn. So if I even like on your post, even if I comment on your post reaches so many people. And throughout my career, I have got opportunity in a lot of big companies also. I've worked in the biggest companies of the world like Oracle, JP Morgan, and I keep on used to get like offers like for interviews from Oracle, like Google, Uber, and all those things. So I'm in connection with a lot of people. So whatever my posts are there, it is there. So that's why I have an 80% ratio of my paid student getting job, because I don't only teach them code, I teach them LinkedIn also. I teach them how to be more visible on LinkedIn. So and my students are most of my students are not even a computer science graduate, although computer science graduates are very much open. And I do like take a lot of, as I told, I take a lot of thing also. Like in this Sunday only, if you are in Bhopal, I am taking a uh, gdc gdc thing, yeah, Google developer group. So Google have called me to take a Node.js training for physical people in Bhopal. So I'm taking one in that Google developer. So that is there. So and that is already houseful. So I cannot invite anyone of you there. So that's a physical. So there, we had limited seats, already houseful. Okay, so this is my one of my interns, interns. And yeah, so I take interns also, but the interns generally I take from my batches only. So some of the people are like, why I take interns, why they don't get job. Sometimes people need some more time, who are serious, I take them as intern. It is not like anybody I take them as intern. You have to be serious. It is not like you do my course and you don't do any project, you will take it. So this guy has shown his like positive. This guy name is Bhargava, and I like right now my company is in Bhopal. I'm in Bhopal for the past 1.5 years. It is in Madhya Pradesh, and but I spend most of my time in metros. So this guy was a mechanical, is a mechanical engineer, not was, is a mechanical engineer, passed in 2015, worked in the mechanical industry for 3 years, 4 years, got fed up with that. Then he decided to become a developer, and then he came to me. He did one of my paid courses, okay, and he did a physical course, and he came all the way down from Hyderabad to Bhopal to do that course because he liked the way I teach. He liked the thing. See, if you are from Hyderabad, you know how many institutes are there in Hyderabad. But I don't know. He thought that we are the best, and he learned. He came to us, and then he learned React.js as a mechanical engineer. He didn't even knew how to run a laptop properly when he came to us. There isn't even need to run a laptop properly, and he learned HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, everything he learned. And then he got a intern with us, and it is more than 5 months he's doing internship with us. Okay. So what he does, nowadays he does not post much of it. So what I've asked him to post is like, if you go a bit earlier, so like is now okay. So yeah, so this is what I want people to do some good projects and showcase it on the LinkedIn. Like, do a right, like video thing you create. So he created a Netflix clone and all these things, and because of this only he got so many interview calls also. Okay, so this is what you have to do. Add people from your locality in LinkedIn. Like if you're from Hyderabad, add people from Hyderabad. If you're from Bhopal, add people from Indore and all those things, and then keep on posting the projects on LinkedIn. And there are a lot of people in Bhopal and Indore, so keep on adding, keep on increasing your network. No need to make it a network like me, like 28,000. It took me 4 years to reach there, but it is there. Okay, so that is there. That is the thing. And let's now get started. And before getting started, I'll give this attendance. Okay. Uh, and then we are going to start with HTML. Okay. So attendance one. So we have two attendance. So let me do one thing. Let me give on LinkedIn also. Although people who are watching on LinkedIn, please, please, please do come on YouTube, because I don't know till how much time it will be there on LinkedIn. And please do come here. Let me do one thing. Let me give on LinkedIn also. Also, attendance one. So please fill the attendance one and all. So I'll get the result. Please fill the attendance one. There will be two attendances. Okay. So I've given the attendance. Please start filling it. So one sec, we'll start with HTML. We'll start with HTML first, and then we are going to okay. So we'll start with HTML first, then the CSS will be taken. Okay, so that is there. Now HTML. What is HTML? HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. So it forms a basic structure, and it is the first thing which you should learn when you are doing. Okay, so the first thing it is there. So let me create a new folder here. So I'm using a Mac, but whether you're using a Windows, it doesn't matter. Okay, and please try to use a laptop. Okay, so someone was asking me, sir, can I learn web development without a laptop? I don't. It is like very, very difficult. Please, if you want, you buy a second-hand laptop. 10,000 rupees laptop is also quite fine for web development. Web development doesn't require a very high-end laptop. I'm streaming, so I require a high-end laptop because it is a live stream. It takes a lot of bandwidth, so that's why it is required. But if you are just doing a programming, it doesn't require a very high-end laptop. 10,000 rupees i3 fourth generation 4 GB of RAM is more than enough, because in web development we use very lightweight software. It is not like a Java development in which you use very heavy everything. Like there are some things which requires a very costly laptop. Like one thing is mobile development, which requires something known as Android Studio, and even a gaming laptop cannot run it properly. Gaming laptop like 60, 70,000, 80,000 rupees laptop cannot run it properly if you're doing mobile development. So I'm not talking about mobile development, I'm talking about web development. It is very easy, and the most number of jobs, even more than mobile development, are in web development. Mobile development is also have a lot of jobs, but most of the jobs like are in web development, because even the corporates nowadays make everything as a web apps. Everything is a web app. Nobody have the desktop apps nowadays. Okay, so that is there, and so I created an HTML folder. Then what I have to do, there is something known as VS Code. This is a lightweight free code editor from Microsoft. This is something which you need to download. So you will download it. So download like Mac Universal, you'll get a Windows, and it is very easy to install. In Windows, you'll get an exe, double click on it. It will give you all the thing like install it. It will be installed. And when it get installed, it will have you will get something like this. So this is known as a VS Code. Okay, you'll get something like this, a VS Code. So now the best way to, like, I have created an empty folder. The best way to start with coding is to create an empty folder on your desktop, and then this VS Code is there. You click it and drag it over there, because you need a folder. You need a folder. So this HTML you created and you drag it over there. Okay, let me also change the position, because okay, so okay, so so I have this thing opened at both the places. Like this HTML is open here and this is open there. So how do I start with the web development? How do I start with it? Right? Okay. So what I do, like in this HTML, I'll go here, click, and then I'll do a index.html. Index.html I'll do. And then why I've done index.html? Why not index dot something else, index.php? Why not that? Because like everything have an extension, not only programming languages. Even the in Windows or Mac or on Linux, you save something like jpg images, png images as jpg, png, doc have doc, excel have xls. So like this, all programming language also have an extension. So html is not exactly a programming language, it's a templating language. It has got the extension of h.html. And index is the file name. You can give it any file name, but index is like the home route. So generally you should give the index as the first thing. Okay, so now why we are using VS Code and not using something like Notepad++? Actually 10 years back, people used to use Notepad++ a lot. At that time, a lightweight free code editor, free code editors were also not there. Like VS Code were not there. Like it is different than Visual Studio, which is very heavy. So they used to, in Windows there is something known as Notepad++. They used to use that thing, and even you can use it, but I'll not recommend it. You should always use VS Code. There are some very nice features in it. Suppose the skeleton of HTML, there is a skeleton of HTML. How do we get the skeleton of HTML? Either you have to write it everything, or there is a shortcut in VS Code, because the skeleton will remain always the same. I'll explain the skeleton. Not I will do not, and then I'll press the tab. It will create the skeleton of HTML, and also made it small so that I have more place to see this thing. So I click here. So now it will shown. So this is the skeleton of HTML. And now let me explain the skeleton of HTML. Let me see if everyone has filled the attendance on, because attendance will not be given anywhere else, here only. So please do fill the attendance on. I got only 17 things, and 25 people are there watching right now. I got only 17, so please do fill it. Okay, so this what is the basic structure? So let us learn the basic structure. So basic structure is like HTML generally is templating language. It has got this like brackets, like this brackets and all. So this first thing is the doc type HTML. Doc type HTML, it is written, and doc type HTML means it is a HTML version 5. HTML was released in the year 1995, 1993, and version 5 was released in 2015. That is the latest version, 2015. Okay, doc-type HTML means that it is HTML version 5. Then it has got something like HTML. and this most of the HTML tags starts and end. So see, this HTML is there just starting and it is ending, starting and ending. So HTML is the main, it is starting and ending. Then after that I have a head tag. I have a head tag. Okay, head tag is there, and then the body tag is there. Body is the main thing in which you'll get all the different templates. HTML is all about different tags. You have to learn about different tags, and HTML we teach completely here. Okay, so that is there. So first is this head part. Okay, first is this head part. What is this head part? Head part, you'll see two things are there. One is this meta, one is this title. Title is something which comes here. Like here it is showing Visual Studio Code, some code editor it is showing. So I will change it to HTML, just the HTML I'll change it. Okay, so that is the title. But what is this meta? Meta is something which is to do with not Facebook but with Google. Okay, so because this is from there earlier, before Facebook was named Meta. So meta tags generally means some details about the website. It generally means the details about the website, and you don't have to know. This is the domain of digital marketers. These meta tags are used to give the keywords in the website. Even I don't deal much with meta tag, because in this you can write the keywords of the website and description of the website. So why they are necessary? So they are necessary because they increase the SEO of the site, search engine optimization of the site. Because what happens nowadays, nobody remembers the site name unless it is very popular like Facebook and Instagram and all. How people searches something is on the Google. They'll go to Google and search. Suppose I want to learn development, I want to search for free code editor. I'll search like this in Google, free code editor. See, this site is here. It came on the first, like first page of Google, which is very big thing. It means that this site SEO is very good, and something good has been given in the meta tag with the keywords and all. Because Google bots, they searches every site. Google have bots which searches every sites for those keywords. Okay, and for any keywords, like and it have its own database and all those things are there. So that's why meta tag is there, but we won't go much in detail in it. So title is something which will show here, but the main thing is the body tag here. So body is something which defines all these things. Like this thing, this has got some heading tags and all. So we are going to learn about that. So first thing which I will tell is the H1. Like H1 is the heading one. Like H1, there are one, like there is H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6. Okay, okay, 4, 5, 6. Like this, H1 to H6 are there, but where are they showing? Okay, so they will not show here, they will show in this HTML. I have this index.html. Okay, they will show in this index.html. Now index.html I have written here, but if I open it, it will show there. I don't want to open it in Safari, which is my default for browser. I want to open it with Chrome, which is right now. This is opened here. So the Chrome is been opened here, and see everything. Like HTML, which I have written here, it is been shown here. And then the heading tag, which is inside the body. Heading tags are shown as H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. So different sizes are being shown, different sizes. This is all about the heading tag. Okay, so H1 to H6. So HTML is all about learning about different tags. Okay, so like there is another thing which I want to say, like heading tag. If I generally, developers have something else also in a code, which is known as comments. So how I created this comment, select that thing or be on that line and press control and backslash, control and backslash. It is showing as like a green kind of thing. So this is something which will be not be shown in the output. This is only for my reference. This is known as comment. Now the next thing which we are going to learn is a para paragraph tag. And paragraph, I will make a P. See, again, VS Code is very powerful. Like you write something P and press the tab. it will complete it for you. So that is there. And suppose I write this thing. So I copy this thing, and I will need some paragraph text. So I'll put it and I will save it. But I have saved it. It is not showing anywhere. It is not showing anywhere. Like, where is it? So it is, if you want to see this thing, you have to come here and refresh it, which is not a cool thing. So coming here every time and refreshing it every time we change it, it is not a cool thing. So what is a very good thing? So VS Code, again, a very good powerful feature of VS Code, that VS Code, in VS Code you can add lot of functionalities. A lot of functionalities you can add through something known as extensions, which are third party developers have created, and that you can install in VS Code. One such extension which is very popular is known as live live server. So if you have to search for live, and then you'll see something known as a live server is there, and you have to install it. It is very easy to install. Just you have to click install, it will be installed, nothing else. So live server from someone named as Ritvik Day. You have to install from this, and when you install from it, what happens here? Like, there is this go live thing will come. You can right click also and open with live server. What is the benefit? I'll tell. So I'll go to this go live, and it will open in Safari because it's my default. So okay, copy this thing and put it in here. So it is like showing this thing, but let us see like whether it will update it. Okay, so I'll have another paragraph, this time paragraph. Okay, I will tell one more thing. In this paragraph I will have some dummy data. See, every time you cannot have some data like this thing, and you cannot use some copyrighted data also. So there is a thing known as lorem ipsum, LOREM, I will write. And then yeah, this is known as lorem ipsum text. You can do one more thing in lorem ipsum. You can just like write lorem ipsum, and you can find it from a generator. Lorem ipsum is a very old text. It is like 200 years old. It was used in the printing press because at that time also they wanted this dummy text. So this is from there. But VS Code again comes with something known as lorem ipsum generator. So you write LOREM and then press the tab, and it will create a dummy text. Dummy text is a text which looks like a real text, but it is not a real text. Okay, so I will now save it. See, the moment I save it, it got auto refreshed and the thing got added. But if I go here, it's still not there. Still I have to refresh it manually. So I'm not going to use it like manually. I'm going to use this thing of a VS Code. Okay. So that this live server I'm going to use on VS Code, this live server. Okay. So the next thing which we are going to learn is the link tag. Okay, so one thing is that some of the tags out there, they are known as the block level element, and some of the tags are inline element. Right now both of the tags which we have seen, they are block level element, because this, see, this heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, heading 6, they all could have come one after the another in the same line. Similar to this, the paragraph could have come in the same line, but they are coming in different lines because they are known as block level elements. See, everything will come in a different line, and there will be some space between them. Some space between them will be there. So this is like known as block level elements. So some of the tags are inline also. So one such tag is a anchor tag or the link tag, which we say. So I will say link tag, and like this, and a, again I'll do a, and this I'll do. And here in href, you can have anything. You can have anything. You can give anything. So let me give one of my sites. Okay. So TWD. Okay. And I'll have another anchor tag. And here I will give another site. But this I will make as target. What is this? I will tell target equal to underscore blank. I'll do. I'll save it. Now see, both of these things are coming in the same line. See, whatever I've written here, it is coming here, and this underline and this thing is coming. And before going further, this is the inline element because two tags are coming in the same line. Even if I have like this like this, it will come in the same line unless the line is over. But what is this? What I have written here? This is the thing which will come when I click over here. So this href will come and twd. There is something known as target equal to underscore blank. Why it is there? I'll tell. So I'll click on this twd. Okay, it is opening here only. The site, my site, it is opening here only. Okay, so that is there. Now, if I go back, and this both of these sites are made in React and made by my intern Bhargav. So he has become very good in designing. Also, a mechanical engineer doing this is like one of the most awesome feast for the eyes. Like a mechanical engineers who cannot touch a laptop 6 months back, creating an advanced site in React JS is like next level. Okay, so this dreams twd, I will click on this dreams twd. So what will happen in here? Okay, so dreams twd is something which is opening in a different site. Okay, this is another site. We do like physical badges in Bhopal also. We have our physical centers. This is the site about that because we do some IoT trainings also. Okay, so that is there. And this is opening in a new tab. So the main thing is that this is opening in a new tab, not in the same tab. So when twd codes I clicked, this I clicked, it is opening in the same tab, but this is opening in a new tab. Why this is opening in a new tab? Because of this target equal to underscore blank. This is a very important thing, target equal to underscore blank. Because if you see in YouTube, you might have seen this thing. YouTube, there are comments are there. In comments, there are some links are there. If you click on that link, it will open in a new tab. So no sites want you to get away from them, like LinkedIn, YouTube, and all those things earn money if you are there on the sites. That's why they are giving it for free. So target equal to underscore blank is a keyword which will open it in a new tab and used in almost all production level site. Okay, so that is there. So now the next thing which we are going to do is list tag. Okay, so list tag is also very important. So list tag I will do, and ul align one. So list tag, one of the list tag is this UL. Inside the UL means unordered list. Li means list item. So it will have this list item like dot 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 dot. It will be there. Okay, so this is a UL unordered list, and inside this list item, these dots will be there. Similar to UL, we have another thing known as OL also. OL means ordered list, but inside it the is it's a list item will be there. Ordered list means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The more we increase, the numbers will be added. So that is known as a ordered list. Okay. So now the next thing which we are going to learn is known as a table tags. Okay, table tags, it is not used that much, and we are teaching only the most important tags which are there. Like there are more than 5 to 6,000 tags, but you don't have to learn all of them. So we are teaching the important tags. You don't have to learn more than that. Okay, so I will have a table tag. Table tags will be like, have this table first, and then t h t a t e head, and T body, table head and table body will be there. And in this table head, I will have something TR. TR means table row. And in this table row, I'll have TH, table header. Here I will have a name, anything I can have. We're creating table here. Name, age, and email I'll have. In the table body, I will have this. So I'll save it. So you'll see this name, age, and email is coming like this. But table have rows also. Let us have this rows. So in the table body, we'll have a TR, and in this we'll have a TD and bindu. at gmail.com. Okay, so like this, and have so like this, I have this thing. So this is how the table body, the table rows, and inside the table data comes. This is how we create table. So it is not looking like a table because HTML without CSS is very ugly, but it is used to give the structure. So HTML is like creating a structure of a house, and CSS is like painting it and making it beautiful. And JavaScript is like adding functionalities to the buttons. When you click a button, then the fan will start. So that is JavaScript. Okay, so that is how the web work. Okay, so now the next thing which we are going to learn is the form tag. Form tag is actually one of the most important tags in HTML, and it consists of some other tags. Why it is the most important tag in HTML? Because through form tags only you get the user input. When you have gone to Facebook for the first time, you must have registered, given your email address and all those things, email, date of birth, and all those things. So those are given in something like we have to take the user input and then send it to the backend. How you send it to the backend, how it is processed in the backend, that is also something which we teach, but that is a bit advanced stuff, and that is also there on our YouTube channel, like Node.js and all those things, stack projects, and all those things are there. So we're going to do the form tags, but we have come a bit down. Before form tags, I'm going to do something else, like a HR means horizontal rule. It will create a line like this, and I will also see a BR means break row. It will have some space, and again I will have these two things, HR and BR, and have a form inside it. So have for hiring form tags. We'll have form tags, and then yeah, form. I will have a label name. What is this all? I will tell name. Form tags have got something known as input, and inputs always come as a pair with the label. Input type text name equal to name and ID equal to name. Okay. So let me have another one. It's like age, age, number, age, age, save it. Okay. Now this name and age are coming. The name and age are coming. So this name and age are coming because it is in the label. This input box type text, it means I can type some text here. Okay, I can type some text here. Age type number, which means I can write a number and I get these special things by which I can increase it. So that is there. But why this label and why these inputs are there? Why this label and why these inputs are there? So as I told, label and input always comes in a pair. This is one pair and this is one pair. So how do I know they are a pair? Okay. So but how do computer know they are a pair? So how do HTML know they are a pair? So this for an ID should be having the same keyword, like same, not keyword, same same thing. Like here it is name, here it is age, it is there. But what is this name equal to name and name equal to age? This is something which will be used to send the data to the backend. Backend doesn't require, we are not going to process the data in the backend, but through these things only we send the data to the backend. So name, so suppose here I have written like this, name, so name equal to Nabendu will go to the backend. We want to see that thing. Age equal to 40 will go to the backend. So that is something is there. And one more thing to notice here, that everything is a inline element because everything is coming in one line, which I don't like. I want the name and this to come in one line and age to come in the next line. So how do I do that? So the best way to do that is to create a div. So div is something which you will always see in HTML. Div is a block level element which is used to group things together. So div I have done, and these two things I will move inside it. All right, and also I'll have another div and move this two things, this thing here, and like this. The group has been divided. But I'll have one more thing here because they are quite close to each other. I'll have a BR also. So now they are finally away from each other. So this is how this is done. So we are going to learn a bit more things here. So the next thing which we are going to learn is the text area and a drop down. The drop down and text area, both these things you all have seen, where I will tell you. Okay, so BR. So I will do a div again. Inside this div, I will have a label of an _AGE, and then text area, and text area will have this name of message, ID of message, calls and those I don't need. But one thing more to notice here, that in the text area, it is not a self-ending like an input tag. It has got its own ending because it's a text area is like that. Okay, so that is it. And what is this text area? Text area is a multi-line input box in which you can write multi-line. This is the thing in which you write the Facebook post. You go to Facebook, there is a thing is there in which you can write the post. Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all those things have these things like the Facebook post and all. Okay, so this is a text area, multiple line input box. Then the other thing is like the drop down, which you all might have seen in sites like Amazon.com. Okay, Amazon.com, Flipkart.com, all those things. So we'll create that. So label color, color, and select name is color, ID is color, and it has got something known as option value is red, and red color, green, green color, blue, blue color. Save it. So this is a drop down is coming, and drop down is coming. Drop down is very popular, although it is not as good looking as Amazon because CSS is required to make it good looking. So here you select anything, you can select anything, and the value. So what is this value? Value is something which will go to the backend, and it will go like red, green, blue, anything, any one of the thing will go, not the red color, green color, blue color. So this is the drop down. Okay, so this is the drop down. Now the next thing which we are going to see is uh, checkbox and a radio box. Again, those two things are very popular. So I'll do a checkbox first. So again, div and area h for what do you own, and then I'll have an input. You can have input before the label. Okay, we'll have a label also. Check box name equal to vehicle 1, value equal to bike, and ID equal to bike, label for his bike, bike, vehicle 2, car, car, car. Like this is the checkbox which you all might have seen. So checkboxes, how they're different. So checkboxes, what happens, you can, like again in Amazon you might have seen, you check for all the mobiles, the iPhone, like Apple and the Samsung comes. When you select the Apple, all the iPhones are shown. When you select the Samsung, all the Samsung mobiles are shown. So similar like this, you have a checkboxes in which you can choose one or you can choose both. So this is there. Here again, this name is something which you will see it is different because both of them are treated differently. Like the vehicle 1 and vehicle 2 is there. Value is something which will go to the backend. So similar to checkboxes, there is one more thing which is known as a radio box. Okay, so radio box is there, and one of the most popular thing of radio box is to take the gender. Alright, so we'll have a H4 and gender will be there, and then input type radio, name equal to gender, value equal to male, and ID equal to male, and then label is there for it is like male, male, female, female, female. So okay, so this all are there. So in radio box, you see I can select one. The if I select the other, the first one will go away. So this is like the radio box. And in radio box, one more thing which is there. The name is gender. In all the three things, name is gender because radio box only one thing will go. Here the thing is vehicle one and vehicle two. So these things are there. We'll see two more things in this form here. And one thing like there are actually a lot of other things which are included in forms in 2015. Before that there were not this many things, so we'll see two things quickly from here. And one such thing is the input type date. It is very powerful input type date which was included in 2015. Before that, for date we have to do some like JavaScript stuff. Okay, so div I'll do, and this label, you'll see like input type date. It will create a calendar. In this calendar you can select anything, so birth date like that you give in Facebook and all. So birth date you can see. There's one more thing which is like very important, which is this input type file. This thing is something which you will see in sites like naukri.com and all. So I'll do a div, and then we save it. Now you'll see this thing. Okay, choose a file. I didn't write it. It is like coming like, and this is very powerful. Okay, it is very powerful. You can select anything like this. Okay, so it is very powerful. Now we are done with everything, but how to submit this form? So to submit this form, we'll have a button and SUBMIT. But this will be a special kind of a button because button can be there outside a form also. So like this, I will have a normal button also, button tag, and here you can have a like a normal button also. But this button, see, okay, this got it's this button. Okay, and let me name it send. Okay, so this button will have one special thing. Whenever a button is there inside a form, we will have a button of type submit here. So you'll see like what will happen when I will submit this button. And let me have a BR also here. Okay, so let me now quickly write some all these things. Okay, like this is green color, mega mail, this, and see closely. Like I will click this submit button. I'll click this submit button, and what will happen? This send button. I click, nothing will happen. This is a normal button, nothing happens. But when I click this submit button, something will happen. You see closely here, two places, one here and one this thing. When I will submit it, something got submitted and this got refreshed. When it got refreshed, everything has gone away. So but what got submitted, let me cut it, and let me paste it here. So and let me comment it out also because this is not something I want to show it to the public. So name equal to tomato. So name, this name is gone. Age has gone. Age equal to 40. Message, this is has gone. Color equal to green. Color like this, color is equal to green. This value has gone. Checkbox vehicle 1 and vehicle 2 are different, but the gender is like 1 has gone. So this is how this is done. Okay. So now we have come to the last topic, last topic here, and the last topic is like how to show images. Okay, how to show images. So, okay, the images are very important, Grove, and image tag. Okay, ING. Actually, there are two ways to show images. I will show both of the ways. One is this. I'll go to this unsplash.com. This is a site where you can get free images. In the unsplash.com, you can get free images, and like maybe I'll take this image. Okay, so I will then download quite a medium of it, and it will be downloaded. And then what I'm going to do here, I'll go here and create a new folder called images. So this is the most common way to do it. You can put it outside, and the best way to put the images. And then I will show it this in Finder, and then I will rename it. It's quite big. Okay, it is like it is there. Then I will drag it and put it there in the images folder. Okay, and there are many ways to put it. Just put it in the images folder, and then in this here, I will go and do a. I have to go to the path and splash, and this is like a beach, ACH. And the other thing is that I want to show this image also. Right click, and the other way is to copy image address, and you just put it any image, and this is STAIRS stairs. Save it and see. I'm able to see both the images, although both the images are quite big. But in HTML, we don't have many options. We can, but you can give width equal to like 600 and IGST equal to 400, width equal to 600 and height equal to 400. Save it. Now it is being shown like this. Okay, so this is how the images are also shown. Okay, so that is there. But what is this alt tag which I have written like beach and stays? This will be shown if the image is somehow not able to load. Either some internet issue is there, or uh, some developer has given something wrong. Like I am a developer, I had given some wrong URL. Like there is nothing like this. Save it. See, stairs is been shown and a broken image has been shown. So with this, so so now my colleague will take my colleague will take you through CSS. Okay, CSS will be taken by my colleague. So thank you. Like 1 sec, 1 sec, 2 minute break. One sec, we have a 1 minute break, and my colleague will take the CSS. So we have other teachers in TWD also, and so they will take.
So, hi all, and a warm welcome to all of you on the day where we are taking the boot camp in which we are covering all the basics part. And this is again a very special day because we are doing this every week. And in this day, 1 second. Okay, so now one more minute, one more. So we are taking this session, and today I hope you all are doing well. And today I hope, as you have seen, that we have covered the basics part of web development, and where we have seen, um, I can say, where we have seen the HTML basics, and I will take care of the CSS basics part. And in this CSS basics part, we will see how long we will take it, because time is also a constraint. And 1 minute, let me see what is the schedule for the day. Second. Okay, so let us have a project also on CSS. Uh, okay, so let us have a project also on CSS. So we will take the project from front-end Minter, and we will try to do it. Okay, so that is again a part of our today's activity. So we will cover the basics part, and after basics part, we will try to we will actually download a project from front-end Minter, and we will try to finish it off. So that is the criteria of today's. And after this, we will my colleague Hari will take you through the basics of JavaScript. So this is all together the entire session which is going on today. And participation certificate will also be provided to all the candidates who fill the attendance forms. Attendance form will be shared in the live YouTube chat, and it's a automatic process. So system will automatically throw the attendance sheet on the live chat. So you need to fill it right here, right now. Okay, and after this thing, okay, the participation certificate will be sent to you on your mail ID by Sunday end of the day. So once it will be sent, we will communicate on the WhatsApp group. And I hope you all are there in any of the WhatsApp group which is associated with us, so that you all will get the proper updates what is going on in the chat. So that is all together in a nutshell what is going to happen, and or what is going to cover today. So let us have the setup first. Okay. Let us have the setup first. 1 minute. So here, okay, let me create a folder, new folder. 1 second. Okay, so okay, so this is a folder what I created in the name with the name of CSS. And what is CSS? CSS is basically nothing but cascaded style sheet, which is used to make your web page decorative, attractive, or I can say it is basically what we are doing here. We are just designing the HTML element. So what sort of elements we are creating in the HTML, we are taking each and everything and we are designing it. So that is what we are doing in CSS. So CSS again is managed by W3 School. So HTML, CSS, JavaScript, all these three are managed by W3 School. And this is W3 School is located in US. So if you want to go deep and deep and deep, so W3 School is the official web page from where you can get the in-depth information of each and everything which is associated with HTML5, CSS3, and JavaScript. So this is what is being told to refer. For you people, in order, if you want to refer anything, always try to go to the official documentation because it contains each and everything in depth. Okay, so that is what is being mentioned in the official documentation. Now, after this thing, let us start with CSS. CSS is basically cascaded style sheet and it is being governed by W3 school. So, in 1995, HTML and CSS both come into production. But in 2015, a major upgrade has happened in CSS, where CSS Flexbox and CSS Grid has introduced. Fine. Now, now after this thing, why the major update has happened in 2015? Because so many different kind of mobile devices have come into existence, and for this thing, in order to make the web page responsive, the need of responsiveness is the evolution of CSS Grid and Flexbox. Okay, so that is why it comes into existence. Now, after this thing, let us check out the CSS. So there are three ways in which we can add CSS. So let me have the increase in font size 1 second. So I have index.html as our HTML5, and here let me have the basic structure. The CSS Control S, and we'll go directly live from here. So let us use the. So let me use the Google Chrome as the by default browser, because this is a Mac machine and most of the features not supported. So why don't we take the risk? So this is how it is being designed. Fine, perfect. Now, okay, now, hi, hello all of you. So sorry I didn't check the live chat. So hi Kunal, I programming word tech. So how to create different type of fonts. So we will see what is the procedure to create different type of fonts. Basically, there are some traditional fonts which is being available, and out of that, Google have also their traditional fonts. So Google have also their awesome fonts. So we will try to import that also. Now after this thing, let me have there are three ways in which you can add CSS. First one is inline. Second one is internal. Third one is so there are three ways in which you can add CSS. First one is inline, second one is internal, and third one is external. Now, what is inline? Inline means inline. So try to correlate the uh, meaning of the word from the natural behavior also. So inline means in the same line means in the same line means directly we apply CSS to the HTML element. So this is how we can refer the meaning of element. So we apply CSS directly to the HTML element with the help of inline type of CSS. Now let us see how we are going to apply it. So we use a style tag, and in this we use a property of background color, and we'll use the color as blue wallet. So you can see as with the help of style tag, we have taken the property as background color, and the value of the property is blue wallet. Okay. Now, second one is internal. Internal means directly we apply CSS to the HTML file. So this is the HTML file, and here we apply CSS directly to this file. Fine. Now let us see how we are going to do that. So what we are doing, we are applying this here, and here again we check the H2, and in which H2 we use the same background color property, and this time we will be using a hash kind of a thing, hash double F double O double A. So okay, so this comes with a pinkish type of a color. Okay, now here In this internal means we apply CSS directly to the HTML file. This whole HTML file we apply CSS internally, and this is how it is going to happen. Now, if I want to have the font color, so let us have the font color change to white. So it looks like that. Now, after this thing, let us check out what is external. What is external? External means externally we apply CSS. Okay. So external means externally we apply CSS. So how we are applying CSS? So for this thing, what we are doing, we are creating a file. Okay. We are creating a file with the extension with the extension .css. Okay. So we apply for the h3, and again we'll use the background color in a form of, let's say, RPP. Okay. So it has the 0 100 and let us have 255. Okay. And we need to link both the files, so we use a link tag. This is how it comes. Now here, see, here h3 we have taken again the background color in the form of RGB, and the RGB stands for RGB stands for red, green, and blue. And here, simply just hover on the R color, and you will get the brand. So simple. Just click on any color you can have the color shade. See, this kind of color looks like that. Now after this thing, okay, one more thing I just want to tell you what are selectors in CSS. So here, this particular thing, this is called as a CSS selector. This is called as a selector, HTML selector. This is the property. This is a value, and the whole thing is called as a declaration. So that is how you can correlate what are the things here in the CSS. So this is nothing but a CSS property. This is a CSS value. This is the CSS selector. So that is how this thing goes on and on. Okay. Now after this thing, okay. So okay. One more thing. So here, if you have noticed one thing, okay. So here, if you have noticed one thing, okay. So here, if you have noticed one thing, I have added a simple common property which is called as a background color here, here, and here. Background property in all the three type of CSS. Now what? Okay, but the value of the background color is also same. The output of the value of the background color is also same. Okay, is also same, but the way of writing the color is different. Okay, so if you have seen here, I have simply written blue wallet. I have used some hash kind of a thing, and here I've used some RGB pattern. So what is this all about? So here, if you see this kind of thing, I just want to tell you that these are the ways in which you can add colors. Okay, so these are the three ways in which you can add colors. So the first one is simply typing the name of the color. Okay, first one simply typing the name of the color, which I did. Is we simply type the name of the color as blue wallet. Now let us see how as okay, so there are around 140 color names which you can simply type it. Okay, 140 color names which you can simply type. So let us check out how are these going to be. So we have the HTML color codes. Okay, so here you can see. So these are the 140 color names. See, which you can simply type it like blue, black, green, purple, orange, orange, red, light blue, light green, light yellow, light red. So these are around 140 color names which you can simply type it. Okay. Now after this thing, let us check out one more thing, which is as I've told you, always refer the official documentation. So this is the WC school website from where we are taking the reference of HTML color picker. Now here, if you have seen this thing, if you have seen this thing particularly, which I just want to tell you that here you can select any color and you can have their codes ready. See RGB hash code, okay, and also a HSL code is also ready for your reference. Fine. Now, what is HSL? So HSL, H stands for hue. H stands for hue. Hue contains the colors. Okay. And S stands for saturation. Saturation contains the sharpness. And L is for lightness. Lightness contains the brightness. Fine. So that is what about the HSL means. Now here, if you see HSL, H stands for hue. So hue contains the colors in the form of RGB. So any color, you can prepare any color using combination of RGB, and RGB is sufficient enough to make any color. Fine. So let us see, let us check out that also. See here. Just mixing it, and you can check out the change in the color. So that is how it goes like that. Okay. So, okay. Hi, Shivastav. So this is what HSL, RGB, and so simple color. Now let us go back. Okay, now let us have a paragraph. A simple paragraph. Okay. Now what we do? Uh, okay. So what we do? We will just create. We will try to style this thing. No, no, both the things are different. Yeah, web development and blockchain development, both the things are different and it goes in different direction. Okay, so let us start with the styling of paragraph. So here, if you see the paragraph, we have a simple paragraph tag, and this paragraph tag, what we are doing, one second. And this paragraph tag, if you see, contains of almost 2 lines. Fine. Now here, if you see, let us use some basic font properties, and we will try to style it. Fine. So how we are doing it, let us check out this thing. So let us have some basic font properties. Okay. Let us check out how we are doing it. So we have some, let us have font size. So we have font size of, let's say, 20 px, and line height property. Let us check out for 10 px look not good. Let us check out 30 px, and after that, uh, and after that, let us check out some text transform to uppercase properties where all the things will get changed to uppercase capitals. And after that, we need to have text decoration to, let's say, underline. And after that, uh, okay, and after that, we have to check for, okay, we have letter spacing. Let us add, 1.9 EM. 1.9 is very high, so let us reduce this to 0.9. Okay. And after that, we have word spacing. So let us check out for same 0.8 REM. Let us say 1.8. Okay, fine. Now after this thing, okay. So these are some basic font properties. Okay. Now after this thing, let us have some fonts. So we have a font family kind of a thing. Okay. And for this thing, we have some basic, these are basically traditional font. So let us check out this thing. So here you see in the font family, we have a minimum of 3 available fonts, which you have seen just now. So here, Arial is the primary font, and Helvetica and the Sans Serif are the secondary font. Now, what is primary and what is secondary? So here, if suppose Google Chrome, or let's say if suppose Microsoft Edge does not support, if suppose Microsoft Edge does not support Arial, so what it do, it will automatically pick up the next available font, which is the Helvetica font. So here Arial is a primary font and Helvetica and Sans Serif is the secondary font. So here if you see, so here if you see that the secondary font is now becomes a primary font. Now, if suppose Firefox does not support Arial and Helvetica font, so it will automatically pick up the next available font, which is the sans serif font. So that is how it goes like that. Fine. Now after this thing, there are Google fonts also available. Fine. So let us check out some Google fonts also. So here, here you can see so many type of Google fonts available. Okay. Already we have taken one Pacifico. So let us try to import this particular font. Pacifico is the name of the font. Pacifico. Here we use the PACIFICO, Pacifico. Now let us see how. Okay, very good. So it is a kind of a some cursive type of thing. Now in order to understand this particular very good, so let me comment out this particular thing. So this is, oh, very good, very nice. It looks like of a cursive font. Okay. See, so that is how it looks like that. Now, here, if you see, now if you see here, after font family, let us have another set of paragraphs. So we have para, and let me have a lorem of 10. Here you see only a paragraph structure we have created, but what is currently happening, this particular set of style, what we have designed for the first one, this particular set of style will get replicated to this particular paragraph also and this particular paragraph also. Why this is happening? Because there is no bifurcation, there is no segregation, that this particular set of styles needs to be applied to which of the paragraphs. So if there are hundreds of paragraphs, all these paragraphs will follow the set of style which is been given to the paragraph here. Now, in order to overcome from this particular problem, classes and IDs have introduced. Okay, so for these classes and IDs, for the classes and IDs, let us check out how we are going to use it. So we use class as top, and here we use ID as bottom. Okay. Now, what are classes and what are so classes and IDs both are used to target the HTML element. Okay, they are used to target the HTML element. Fine. Now, they're used to target the HTML element, but same class can be used multiple times. So the class top, I can use it as much time I wish, but ID bottom I can use only one time. So that is the basic difference between classes and IDs. Same class can be used multiple times, but ID can only be used one time. Second thing is dot is used to highlight the class and hash is used to highlight the ID. So these are the two major differences between classes and IDs. So the function, the role, the motto is same, that they are used to target the HTML element. So it is again an extended way of targeting the element. So let us check out how we are doing that. So if I give here p dot, now what is happening here? This particular set of style is linked with this particular paragraph. Okay, so that is how it goes like that. Now here p as bottom. P hash bottom. Now let us give some font size of, let's say, 30 px. It's working. So this is how it goes like that. So hash is for ID, dot is for class, and I can say that is what about classes and entities. Now after this thing, let us check out. What box models. Okay. Now what is this box model? A box model is very simple, and box model is nothing but a box type of a structure which contains all the things which is called as some space, border, margin, or I can say border is border. You know what is border, and padding is for the internal space. Margin is for the external space. So that is how it goes like that. Now after this thing, let us see how we are going to use it. So we have a content here, and this content we are applying the box on. So we have a padding of, let's say, 20 px. After padding, we have a border of, let's say, 4p. All after border, we have a margin of, let's say, let me change it to 30p. Now here, one thing to understand is what is padding. Padding is the outer space of the content. This space is called as the padding. Now, if I've given padding of 20px, so 20px top, 20px right, 20px bottom, and 20px left. So that is how it goes like that. Now after 20 padding, we have a border. So for the border, we have 4px solid and black color. And after that, we have margin of 30px. So 30px margin is after border. So 30px here top, 30px here right, 30px bottom, and 30px left. So that is how it goes like. Now there are some other ways also in which we can add padding and margin. So let us check out that also. So for this thing, let me comment out. We have some padding in the left top, let's say 10px. And we have some padding top of, let's say 20px. Padding the bottom of, let's say 30px. Padding the right of, let's say 40. So that is how we have done that. Different directions have different padding. So that is how you can go like that. Now, after this thing, so let us have, in the other way also, we can have padding of, let's say 20p x and 40p. 20px is for again top and bottom. 40px is for left and right. So that is how it goes like that. Similarly padding, we have margin also. We have margin of top, let's say 40px. Margin of left, let's say px. Bottom right. Okay, so that is how it goes like that also. So here, what is happening? Padding is for internal space, margin is for external space. So if you want to shift content, so you can have the margin. So that is that is how it goes like that. Now after this thing, okay. Okay, so let us have the same pattern of margin also. So ppx. So that is how it goes like that. So 30px is for top and bottom, and 50px is for left and right. So that is how we can move like that. Now after this box model property, let us check out. Let us do some styling of list. Okay. So let me have the structure here. But before going further, let me, this thing also is not required. After this thing, we have a div and we have a h2 ql and li into 6. So this is a structure what we have created. Okay. Now this structure is simple, which contains a div, and after this div we have h2, and after this h2 we have our ul means unordered list, and after our ul we have li and an anchor tag in between the li. So that is the basic structure. Now let us check out how we are going to style it. Now here, let me have the class. So we have the parent class as I can say category. So this is the parent class, which controls the entire thing inside this. Header we have content as category. And after this, we have UL and UL have LI. And LI, so here in the reference, as we don't want to go anywhere, means we in this click functionality, we don't want to click, we don't want a reference. This hash, what this hash will do? This hash will, so this I can say, uh, while putting the hash, we don't put the reference. So when we don't put the reference, what happened as it does not go anywhere. So if we click on the content of the anchor tag, it does not redirect us or it does not take us to the new page. So for this, we have the anchor tag and the anchor tag, we have the content tag as the one category 4. Category. These are the categories what we have created. Now here, if you see by default, this category, the header category, follows a background with the pink color. So why it is taking the same concept? Because it is having a style which contains a header 2 inside it, which have the background color and the font color. So let us comment out this thing. Now, okay, so we have already taken a font. Let us use that font family also. So let us copy the parent class and we'll do the styling. Here, you see, we have the class categories. And in this, so what we are doing, we are just picking each and every element and we are styling it. What is the point of using anchor tag? Okay, the point of using anchor tag is just want to show you that how we are using or how we are removing the items or the properties of the anchor tag. So that is what I just want to show you. You can use the list item also, but here is different thing which just I want to tell you. So that is why we are using the anchor tag inside a list item and both the things inside an unordered list. Okay, now let us check out. So let me have a border first. So border of let's say 4p x solid color. Okay, and after that, let us change the sharp corners to the round one. So we use border radius property to let it 10x npx. Okay, and after this categories, okay. So okay, already we have imported a font. So let us use that thing. That is how it shows like that. Now here in this particular thing, what we are doing dot categories h2 which gets transformed to upward. So that is how it goes like that. And Okay, now after this thing, so we have the parent class H2ULLIA. So this is what we are going like that. So we have, okay, so let us use TSC text align center. So it comes in the center. And okay, now let us target the ULLI and anchor text. So here we have dot categories UL. We have a padding of 0 so that all the content will shift towards the left. Now we'll use the ls list style to none so that these dots will get removed. And let us have a padding of, let's say, 10 padding from the left of 10 pixels. 10 pixels again on a higher side. Pix seems also higher. So let me use 9 px. And is 10 seems fine. Okay. Now after this thing, what we should do? So do let us target anchor type. So I will use text decoration to none and the font color to blue. Fine. And after that, we'll use margin in the bottom of, let's say, 20 px. Okay, so this we need to use in the li part. We have some space. Now after this thing, we again create a border in the bottom of, let's say, 1p. It's solid with this thing. I want mm, 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 like this. So it goes like this for the entire screen. Now let us have a hover property. Okay. So hover property, how we are using the hover property. So let us check out. And this hover property, we are applying this on the anchor tags. So we have dot categories and dot tag. So we will be using a change in the background color to, let's say, orange. As soon as we hover, see, as soon as we hover or we move our mouse on the content, the background color will change to orange. So now let me do one thing. Let us have increase in the font size. So we'll have increase the font size to, let's say, 19p in px. So it is getting increased. So let me change this to 19px. So increase in the font size can be seen as we have given the hover property. So what is hover? Hover is basically a extension where all the set of styles what we have given will get supplied. So these are basically the extensions of the set of styles. So okay, so this is all about the styling of list, and here me have a let me have a let me hold the session for a minute. 1 second. One second. So 1 second, 1 minute. 1 minute. Hold. I'm holding the session for a minute. 1 second. Okay. So resuming back, I'm just checking the project. What we are going to do it. So here we are just picking a project from the front end mentor side. Okay. So 1 second. 1 second. So 1 minute. So let me close this for today. And here, so for you to practice HTML, CSS, JavaScript, this will be the best thing because here you will get live projects. So you can see multi-step form you can create with the help of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. And here you can see work it landing page you can create with the help of HTML, CSS. And if you see here, dictionary word app you can create with the help of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and API. So that is again a very good thing, which you can practice it for you to learn the live examples. Now, let me have the project for you. So based on what we have learned, we will try to implement those things only. So for this thing, we will be going to have uh, so many projects are available here. So you can pick any one of. So let us check out this 4 card feature section. So again, this is a project. We are doing this. And here you can see this is the desktop design. Okay. This is the mobile design. So responsiveness again is a very important thing which is being in a demand today. So this is what being managed. Okay, so let us start the challenge. So you challenges and we need to download the starter files. So we have our 4 card feature section and what we will do. Just simply drag and drop. So everything will be in. Okay. Yes, everything is in. Now, this is what they have given to make. So here, if you focus, the first thing, the top here, this top, reliable, efficient delivery powered by technology. If you try to focus it, okay, this thing is basically, what should I say, as the H1. Okay. Now after this thing, if you see, is basically again a H1. Okay. So these two are basically H1s, and after this H1 we have to have uh 1 second, paragraph. Okay. So this second thing is a paragraph, and after this thing, if you see here, we have four similar boxes. Okay, we have four similar boxes, and these four similar boxes have all the things similar. Means all the things are in a alignment. Okay. Now what is, so these are the things which we need to notice before applying, before starting for any project. So if you see here, these things are like that. Now, uh, one minute. Okay. Now these things are aligning. So here you see that it is somewhat the superior, team builder, calculator, and karma are somewhat kind of H3, and this is again a paragraph. So here one thing to notice as here one thing to notice. Okay, so here one thing to notice is that the color of this paragraph, this para, and this para are almost same. And these are the images which we need to import, and the headers of all the boxes are again on a different line. And also the alignment, you see, all these images are on a side, and it is properly using a different kind of alignment. So this is what it goes like that. And in the mobile device, everything is like that, where everything is one below the another. 1 minute. Okay. So uh okay, so this is what about the discussion, that what is where and how we need to do it. So let us check out our index.html, and they have given only the content part. So they have do a good thing that we do not want to write anything. So here you see all the content part, all the matter which we need to write, they already have given here. So reliable, this is the, these are H1, this is a paragraph, and these thing again are called as H3 somewhat, and this second lines below the H3, this one, and this one are again a paragraph kind of a thing. Fine. Now, after this, they have given a footer, and this footer is of no use currently. Now, what is they have given? They have given a style guide. So this style guide is very important because it contains all the styles what we need to use it. So here we have given a mobile width. They have given mobile width, okay, and they have given the primary colors, the neutral colors, and the typographic colors. And the standard font size they have asked to use 15px, and a font family of Poppins they have asked to import from the Google font. Poppins is again a very common Google font which is being used. Okay. And after that, we have given the font weights of 200, 400, and 600, which we need to use. Okay. Fine. Now, this is what about. And after that, we have a readme, leave it, index.html, get more. Fine. Okay, so these are the four icons of Team Builder, Karma Super, and Calculator. So these icons are basically in a code format, and we just need to link it, and it comes in the shape. Now the benefit of this is it does not get blur. It does not get blur, even if in the high resolution or a small or in a low resolution. So that is the beauty of these icons. After that, we have the design. So let us start with the index.html. So for this thing, let us have the okay. So here we have this thing. Now the first thing, let us create a style.css, and here we have linked it. Fine. Now after this thing, what we are doing in the body part, we create a header first. So here we have a header, and header we create a h1, and this h1 contains this, and after this thing we need to create a another h1. And after that we have a para. So this thing again a paragraph. So we create a para. This is the structure of the top, as we can say. Now after this thing, what we do, we just start creating the box. So we need to create a parent div. Fine. So before going further, let us go live and see the output, how it shows to us. So it is like that. Fine. This is how the structure goes like that. Fine. Now, after this para, we need to design this thing. So we need to design the boxes. So what we do, okay, this header. So we create a div dot parent div with the class container, and here we will start creating the div at the class as box. Okay, now this div with the class box will contain a structure format. So we have the h1, and one second. This h1 is okay. So let us do one thing. So we have a div with h1. But here h1 is not good. h3 seems h3 fine good. And after this, we need to have para, and after that, we need to have image. So this is the structure. So we will replicate this structure 3 more times. So 1 second. Okay, Control C. This is what we have created. Fine. Now let us put the things one by one here. So we have the supervisor. Next, team builder. H3, H3, H3. The combination seems mismatch. Now try to take the concept. Content will be same, but in different format. So leave it. So here supervisors. So we have got images supervisor. Here we have calculator. We have team builder. Last we have ma. So this is the structure what we have created. Now, here the structure is almost common. So if you have noticed one thing, the structure is almost common. Why it is common? Because we have analyzed it because it is almost a similar structure. So two H1's paragraph and all the content have a common H, a para. All the para again have a common set of colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the images again on a different alignment. H1 and paragraph on a different alignment and a border top all carries a border top. So let us design those things here. So they have asked to use a Google import the Google font. So already I have imported it. So let me copy and paste. Now what we are doing, we are targeting 1 second. Body with the font family of font. So you will see instantly the change come here. Okay, and after that we have to have a background color also they have asked to use. So now what we do, mm, so we have this one. Now after this thing, we use star box sizing border box. And after this thing, we will target the header. In this header, we use some urgent, let's say notification auto, and we'll use a maximum width, let's say 500 px, and PSC text align center. After this thing, we will target the H1. So here H1, we have a font weight of, let's say, red, and margin of 0. So it shows like that. Now, after this H1, we again need to target this second h1. So we use the nth child concept. So we have the h1 nth child 2, because this is from the last, and we'll use a font weight of, let's say, 600. Right. So it is on a different note. Right. Now, okay. Um, 1 second. Okay. So after this thing, after H1 and H1 nth, we will target the paragraph. So here, all paragraphs will get targeted with the color of, they have asked to use this grayish blue. See, all the paragraphs are on the same color. So that is how it looks like that also. Now after this para color, let us target the container. Okay. So we have got container will display a flex, so everything will get aligned in a row. So that is the beauty of flex. Okay. Now after that, what we do, we use a max width of, let's say, so px, and margin of 0 and auto, and flex wrap to wrap. Okay. And also JCC, justify content to the center, so that it comes in the center, in the proper center. 1 second. Oh, 1 minute. 1 minute. So after that, what we do here, we will target the box, these box. So we have got box, and we'll have a background color to white. Okay, and after that, what we do, we have some, we will create some spaces. So we have a padding of, let's say, 30 px, and okay, so we need to have some margin also, 15 px. So down now these getting separated, and we'll have a width of 50 px, and again we will use a display of flex all in a row, and flex direction we need to change this to column, so it goes like that. After this thing, what we are doing, we will target the h3, this h3 we are targeting. So we have dot box h3, and we'll have a margin of, let's say, 0, and font size, let us say different font, let it 22 p, it goes like that. After this thing, what we do, we will target the image. So we have dot box img, and we'll use a align self property to flex of start. No flex of start, it is flex of end. Fine. And after that, we will target the para dot box e. So we'll have a font size of let's say 15 px and a margin of let's say 15 px G row and 30 p. We are taking like this thing. Now after this thing, we need to have a border. So for the border, they have given 4 different colors. So we are taking that. So these are the 4 different colors. What they have given to use in the border top. So let us check out how we are going to use it. So again, what you use, we need to target the common separate block. So we use a nth child property. So dot block nth child one bracket open bt uh, uh, bt and we'll use this first. Why it is not coming dot box and its child silly mistakes. So it uh, uh, यार, अच्छा भाई चलो दोबारा करते हैं डॉट बॉक्स in child one with the bt top of this color. आ, आ, क्यों नहीं आ रहा है ये? One second. Let us do this for all. Then we will diagnose. Okay. So we need to have 5 IPX solid. We need 1 second. So now it goes like that. So what I do here, so let me have the simply and just copy paste the colors differently. So try to catch the basic idea. Don't try to catch uh, pattern is mismatch, but yes, at least you have the basic idea. Okay, so we every different border have different kind of colors. Fine. Now, okay. So now here, what we do here. So let me remove this thing. So we have the dot box nth child, and here we need to use a different property which is called as a transform translate property. Transform translate y-axis 250 for string, and we need to have a movement which is called as a odd. Now Uh, okay, so let me check this on Google Chrome. It now a little bit modifications we need to done in order to make it fixed. Okay, so here let us check the mobile view also. So mobile view, it is getting overlapped. Fine. So what we do here? So let us check out. Let us create a media query first. So we have at the rate media max width to 775px. We use this particular box. Dot box nth child. So 1 second. Here let us try. So the mobile view is adjusted. Now need to increase 1 second. Let me change this to 11150px. Okay, so it is going like that. So here dot box odd translate y to so it goes like that. So now let me switch this session to my friend Hari. So Hari will take you through the basics of JavaScript. Okay. So 1 second. Hi Hari.
Hi, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for this wonderful session. Thank you so much. Is my voice is audible for all? It's clear. Can anyone tell us my voice is audible? Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. So the next 1 hour, 1.5 hours, we're going to cover. Next 1 hour, we're going to cover about the basics in JavaScript, and then we're going to cover about a little bit project that we're going to see, maybe a converter app like that. So how much like we can able to cover it in JavaScript. Based upon that, we're going to create an application. Okay, we will see what kind of application that we can come up with. Based on that, we can build it. Okay, so before getting into that, I just want to ask you two questions. Like possibly, however, like how many of you there in the live chat, just tell your answer in the chat box. I can able to see your chats here. Okay, so I can able to visually see that. So tell how many of you already know about JavaScript, a basics about JavaScript. How many are know about JavaScript, a basics, and how many are completely fresher? I just like I know right now coming for the front end. I don't know what is front end development, what is web development. I don't know it. So if you are completely fresher, just type new. We already know about a little bit JavaScript. I do some projects and I created something like an application. Then just tell basics. Just type basics. Okay. If you are new, just type new. Okay. So just give a quick comment. Okay, so before that, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to create a folder where we're going to work on. Okay, so this is the folder that we're going to work on. So I just opened this with Visual Studio Code. Okay, so see the comment. So make it fast. Okay, so we have less time. So because it's not like something we can learn it in 1 hour. JavaScript is a huge topic, and everywhere you are going, JavaScript is going to be there. Even if you are working in front end, JavaScript is there. Back end, JavaScript is there. Even some other advanced technology, JavaScript is there. So that is nothing is possible without JavaScript in a development field. Okay, so you need JavaScript. Just give a quick response. New, not much little things. Yes, like that. Okay. Okay, so again, I just want to why I'm asking this question and why just we want to know is like if you already know JavaScript, then absolutely fine. You will going to learn again the basics, not only the same basics, you're just going to understand how the JavaScript is working and what is actually JavaScript it is. You're going to understand it. Okay, and if you don't know anything, then that is why the whole purpose of conducting this workshop. Okay, so you will get a whole idea about how what you can focus and what you don't want to focus, like that everything you can focus on it. Okay, so that's what the whole idea of it is. Okay, so the next 1 hour, to be frankly speaking, it's not enough to complete the whole JavaScript. Okay, so don't get into a myth like it's 1 hour is more than enough to get into JavaScript and we can become a web developer after that. Completely not possible. It is not going to be possible. So here we're going to give an insight like how JavaScript is going to work and what kind of what are the basics things what we're going to learn. So we're going to see about some coding concept also. We're going to write some code because at the last we need to create some application. So for that we're going to see some of the concepts, some of the basic concepts we're going to discuss it about. Okay, so at the end of the day, at the end of this complete, okay, so this complete book, I'm just going to tell you about what are the other things that you want to focus and what are the topics that you need to focus, how you can focus based upon what type of category that you are going to choose. I will give an whole insight about that. Okay, so you can ask it. And if you have any doubts regarding JavaScript or anything other than you have in your mind, you can tell it in the chat box. Okay, I will quickly reply to this comment, and this is going to be an interaction section. Whatever the comments I'm getting, I'm just going to answer it. Okay, so you just tell your comments. That's fine. Okay, so now let's get started with. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, you can see I just created a folder, and here I just going to create index.html. So this is my starting file. Okay, and what is going to be the next one? It is going to be the style.css. So what is the style.css? What is index.html? Well, index.html is going to be my base folder, right? So where all our contents area is going to be there. The content, the main base structure, it will here will be there. For example, if you want to add an image tag, so much of things, anchor tag, image tag, whatever that. Okay, so everything here only, the entire content here only, right? So I just give hello world. Okay, and I just going to open it with the live server. If I try to open it with the live server, you can able to see we are getting our website. This is our HTML page without CSS. So what is the CSS is going to be? Well, the CSS is take care about the alignments, styling, coloring, typography, and so much of design part. Like, so bring up some good looking website. So the CSS will take part, right? So why we are created a separate CSS? We have already know that we have 3 kinds of CSS, and why we created a separate folder, because I need to keep things separate. Okay, so if it is HTML, I just want to go for HTML. For CSS, I need to keep things separate. So now I just want to link this CSS with HTML. So for that, what we will do, we will use this link tag. Probably you know before the class it will be taken. So I just going to say, I just going to link it. And for checking this, I need to know whether my CSS is successfully linked or not. So what we can do, we just apply some styling to our body tag and check whether it is working or not, right? So I just give a body tag, and we can give a background color, and let us go for some color like this, and you can see the color is getting applied. So then what is going to be? Well, our CSS successfully connected with HTML, right? So now we need to create another file. So this is HTML and CSS. So with the help of HTML and CSS, we can able to create a static website. So what is meant by static website? Well, where you can able to see the website, but you cannot interact with the website. Like, you can able to see it, just simply see the website, and you just, that's it, a website without any light. So if you are start to interact, if you want to just communicate with your website, it will not. Okay, it will not do it. It's just simply a static website. A good example for static websites, well, an portfolio website is a static website, a static single page website. like that. So we don't interact, we just simply see it, right? And we will add some anchor tag to go for some other hyperlink. That's it we will do, and no other interaction will be there. Okay, so for making this interaction has happened and making that website dynamic, for that only we have JavaScript. Okay, we will look into that JavaScript deeply. So let's see that. So what I say, to work with this HTML and CSS, how the CSS is depends upon this HTML. Why? Because the HTML is going to be the base and CSS is going to change the base by giving some colors and alignments. So the CSS is depends upon the HTML, right? Same like that, JavaScript is also depends upon the HTML, because HTML is the content and JavaScript is going to change the content dynamically based upon the interaction. So we need to create a JavaScript file and we need to link it with the HTML. That is the concept. So what is the, how can we create a JavaScript file? Well, the same concept, whatever the name you like to give, you can give. Here I just give app, and for extensions, instead of .html or .css, you need to use .js. If you use .js, then it is considered as a JavaScript file. You can able to write the valid JavaScript code and it will works. Okay, so just press enter. So now we have created our app.js file. So the next thing what I want to do, I need to link my app.js file with my HTML. How can I do it? So here, how we link with CSS with our HTML with the help of link tag, right? Same like that, here I need to link my app.js file with this index.html file. How can I link it? Well, the proper way and a good way to link a JavaScript inside your HTML is at the bottom of the body tag. You can able to see the body tag closing, right? So here you can able to link, you just want to link it. Why I want to link it here? Why not hit? I can, like, some people will also see that some people link the JavaScript in the head tag also in olden days also. So some few websites they will link it. So is it possible why I should link here? Okay, so the question why is most powerful. If you understand why, then everything is simple. So just ask why for each and every question. Why I want to link it here? Well, for that, before we need to understand what is JavaScript. So simple terms, JavaScript is nothing but, JS is nothing but manipulating HTML and CSS. Okay, so with the help of HTML and CSS, I can able to create a simple static website in front end. Simple static website. I can able to see, I can able to scroll, I can able to zoom. That's what I want to do. But I cannot change the website. For example, if someone clicks the button, I need to change the hello world to congratulations. That is an interaction. Someone click, that is an interaction, and changing the content dynamic according to the interaction. That is that. And if you go for like drop down menus, creating a drop down menu, you are clicking, you will get a set of menus, right? So how it is happening? The content is changing according to the interaction, right? And changing dark mode, light mode. What is happening in that? If someone is interacting with your website, you are clicking an icon and it is going to change the background color to black and all the content to white. How? An interaction that is changing the background color black and white, which means CSS. It is going to change CSS. So JavaScript is doing that. Okay, so we will discuss much more deeper. Right now, understand the work of JavaScript is to manipulate the HTML and CSS, the content of HTML and the content of CSS, right? So if I want to manipulate HTML and CSS, then it should be existed first, right? If you want to buy a phone, then the phone is already need to be launched, right? So it should launch first, then only you can able to buy it, right? Same like that, when you are adding when you are just a person is opening your website, HTML and CSS, opening your website, I need to run HTML and CSS first, then only the manipulating thing JavaScript. Okay, so what happened if I try to, if what happened if before HTML and CSS this JavaScript code runs, then what is going to happen? I'm going to lose some of the functionalities that is I added in JavaScript, right? So that is what happens. Okay, so if I want to buy something, first that thing should be existed, it should be launched, right? Then only I can able to buy it. Same concept here, I need to change HTML and CSS with the help of JavaScript dynamically. So for that, first the HTML and CSS should be there, then only I can able to go and manipulate according to the interaction, right? So that is the thing. So for that reason only we are adding in the bottom of the tag. It is one of the reason, not the one and only reason. Okay, it is one of the reason. Okay, and second one is adding a heavy work in head tag is not a good one. Okay, so JavaScript is a, it is a programmatically heavy, right? So you should not, if you add so much of load in your head tag, it is going to slow down your page. Why? Because these information, it is used to Google to scan the website. Whenever someone's searching, it just based on this information only, you are getting the result. So if you are adding some big program inside that one, then Google takes time to load your website and display it to the user, right? So it is automatically is going to slow down your website also. Okay, so it is always a good practice to add your JavaScript file at the bottom of the body tag. By adding this thing, what we can achieve? Well, the HTML will run first entirely, then the CSS will run first entirely, then only the JavaScript code is going to run. So this is an completely problem solver. Then we can simply add it. So right now we understand why we need to add it. Then how can I add my JavaScript file to here? So you can add your JavaScript file with the help of a tag called script tag. Okay, and with src. So you need to add a script tag and you need to give a src, and inside this src you need to link your app.js file. Simply for link the app.js file, they all are in the same folder, right? Inside the same folder. So you can just give a dot slash and you can able to see what all are the files that are available in the same folder. Here you can able to see app.cas is in the same folder. So I just want to click it here and we are here, and now I can save it here. Now I successfully saved, like how we added CSS with the help of link. We successfully saved. But we will check it, right? Once added CSS, I use it to give body and the background color, some colors, right? I use it to give. Why I just give this color? To check whether my file is successfully added or not. So how can I check whether my app.js file is successfully added or in index.html? Because I don't want to get any error, right? So for that, you need to understand a browser tool. Okay. So what is that browser tool? Let me go here. So what is the browser tool? Just click, right click, go for the page that you are working with, click on this inspect, and just a okay, it will be there. And now you can able to see this element. I just click this one, it will gone. Okay, so this is actually called as browser tools, and you can able to see all the browser tools that are available for your development. So each and every one is used for some purposes. Okay, so for example, here this element, it is used to see all your HTML code. For example, right now you can see the body tag. If I click the body tag, you can able to see the h1 tag. If I click the h1 tag, you can able to see the hovering will happen here. What is the element I'm selecting? It will hover here. If I just hover it, you can able to see it is hovering here. And in here, you can able to see what are the default styling that we have given. And here we can also give our own styling. Here also we can able to edit it. Okay. So without going for Visual Studio Code, here we can edit it, but it is a temporary change. Once you edit it, then you need to copy the code and you need to paste it. For example, I say margin. Okay. I just going to say 10 pixel. Okay. You can see the margin 10 pixel is updated. Now if I just started to increase, so from here itself I can able to edit it like this. Okay, so I need a 130 pixel margin in all the sides. So what I can do right now, I understand, just copy and go and paste it in your CSS, it will be work, right? So it is a temporary change. When someone refers the page, it is going to be gone. Okay, so for that you need to edit it in your CSS. You need to copy and paste it in your CSS. That's what you need to do. So this is one type of one. And here we have another one called console. So this console is a place where all your errors, the JavaScript errors, whatever the errors that you are going to make with your file, it will be displayed here. For example, let us go here and I add something inside this tag. Sorry, I add, what I'm going to do, instead of this app.js, I add some file like this. Okay, I just want to fetch some file like this, and if I save it, you can able to see a color is there, which means in program it is an error, it is going to be a danger one. So what is that? So it is just a hint that telling that something is fishy in your program, that you need to change that. So how can we change that? Well, you can go here, you can able to see here what is the issue here. So it is saying that this file is not found, because we don't have anything like this, it is not found, and it is able to tell that which file the error is coming, which file the error is coming, and from which line the error is coming. The line number 17 in index.html, let us go for the 17th line and index.html. This is the error, this is the place that creating that error. So how can I solve this? By solving, giving a right folder name. If you give the right folder name, nothing will be there. And this console is not only used to show, it is not only used to show the what errors, warnings, and everything. So you can see some warning mail, right? So this is an orange color, like this light yellow orange is going to be a warning mail. It is coming from because of my Chrome extension. You don't want to worry about this one. This is not the file we are working with. It is default Chrome is giving this error. Okay, we don't want to worry about that. Okay, so this function, it will not for that purpose also. It is a so dynamically placed. Whatever you are writing here, it will give the answer for it. For example, I say 6 plus 9. You can see it will give it. If I say 9, if here I just say 9 multiply by 13, 143, it just give an answer. So whatever you are giving, it will shows the result of that value. Okay, it is going to say. Okay, and this area, this tool, this browser tool, we can able to access in our JavaScript code, in our JavaScript file, we can able to access it. How we can able to access? So for that only we have a method called console.log. So this method is exactly a method that is, you don't know about what is method and everything, just understand that is something is that. Okay, so some kind of functionalities defaultly available, that is console.log. With the help of this console.log, you can able to access this console. So how? For example, and you can able to see double slash, right? So I'm giving some double slash. Why I'm giving that? They are comments. So in index.html, you have discussed about comments. The comments are nothing but it is used to taking some notes and giving some hint for the code developer, and those things that it is ignored by the browser. Right now I commented off the h1. If I save it, it will be ignored by the browser. So those line of code, it is not going to take. Okay, so that is what commented is. And here I just going to write the comment. Okay, so because I'm not writing into the proper syntax, that's why I'm writing comments. So how can I use it? This console.log. Here I can say console.log, and whatever you are going to give inside this two parentheses, it is going to reflect here with result. For example, here if I give 9 plus 5, it will give 14. Same thing here, I can give 9 plus 5. Make sure you need to give a parenthesis. We are getting this 14, right? So this is possible only if your app.js file is linked with your index.html file. If you don't link to your index.html file and save it, you will not get this value, because this index.html file, it's giving access to all this browser tools. So this is the one, based on this only we can able to do it, right? So what you can do, once you added this JavaScript file, you can just use the console.log and try to add something like linked. Linked successfully to check it. So if it is shown in your console, then it is successfully linked. If it is not, then your file is not linked, or else it will automatically throw an error if you add some wrong file name. That's it. Fine. So this is what the prerequisite is. So JavaScript is nothing but it is going to manipulate the HTML and CSS, and this inside this console.log, we just going to console.log is used to debugging purpose. So the debugging is nothing but like if you want to check whether what you have returned is understand by the browser or not, you can use this console.log. Okay, so that is what everything is. Okay, so this is the three prerequisites that will be there. Fine. So now move on to the concepts. Okay, the first concept that we're going to discuss it is basic concept. The first one is going to be variables. So before that, I will give a small introduction about JavaScript. Okay, a small introduction. It takes 5 minutes because we don't have much time, so that we're going to go with that. Okay, so I just going to say JavaScript. What is JavaScript? I just tell only it is going to manipulate HTML and CSS, right? So JavaScript is nothing but, okay, JavaScript is nothing but it is used to create pages more interactive. First one. And the second one, JavaScript is called as client-side scripting language. What is meant by client-side scripting language? What is meant by that client-side scripting language? Well, you are creating an application. Either it may be a website or a web app. Okay, so whatever you are creating an application or a website, okay, so there are two categories will be there. One is going to be front end, another one is going to be back end. You may mostly are familiar with this one. So the front end is going to be, it takes care about the part of user interface, and the back end is going to be take care of the logical part. So what is mean by that? What is UI? What is user interface? The user interface is nothing but how the website is looking to the user and it is working to the user. That is called as user interface. For example, right now you're watching this live in YouTube. Just imagine how the YouTube looks like. So what is how the YouTube plays the video, what are the tags they have added, which position they have been used, what is the icon they used, how it is looking, what is the theme that you have used, and how good the YouTube user interface is, right? So that is going to be the front end work. Okay, that's going to be the front end work. Then what is going to be the back end work? Well, you are clicking the YouTube video, right? It is loading and it is just right now we are streaming and it is showing to you, right? So how it is happening? That is the back end work, right? So the logic behind each and every application. So the logical parts or the core functionality of a website. For example, YouTube. If you are uploading a video and some other person can see that, right? So that is the logic, right? You can able to upload something and a person can see the video, right? So that is a logic, that one. And Instagram, you are liking and you are following someone and you are giving post and you are doing something, you are uploading, those kinds of things comes under the backend concept. Okay, so then what will comes under the front end? The front end, how it is looking, simply that is the front end, the user interface, right? How the page is looking, how Instagram is looking, how YouTube is looking. It is not care about the logic, it is care about this user interface, right? So this user interface, the front end work, that is another name is also that for doing front end work, that is called as client side work. So the client is nothing but the people who use the website. Okay, so the client side work. And for backend, there is another name is there, that is called as server side work. Okay, so there are actually two categories, front end and back end. Front end is used for user interface, back end to create a logic. Basically, the back end work with the server and the databases to store data, to read data, to update data, those things. Okay, so it will do it. And the front end part is also called as client side work, and the back end part is also called as server side work, right? So now come to JavaScript. What is the name? What is JavaScript? It's not a programming language. It is called as a client side scripting language. So what is the difference between a programming language and a client-side scripting language? It's just very simple. These are built for a small purpose, just okay. But a programming language can able to do much more, right? But I'm saying the fact that is when JavaScript was introduced. But right now in 2023, JavaScript can able to do more than what a programming language can do. So that is why it is called as a language of web. Okay, so that is the difference between them. Okay, so this is in 1995, JavaScript is built for only for front end, but right now it is everything. Okay, everywhere, because of the updation and the contribution that made this couple of decades, it make that happen. Okay, so now what we're going to see, so now we can understand JavaScript initially it is built for front end work. Still now is also work in front end only, but with the help of some other support, it is going to be one of the best thing to learn as a developer, best language to learn as a developer. So now we can understand this JavaScript is built for a front end work. So to creating a front end, to create a neat user interface, what all are the tech stack that we need? we need HTML to create a basic structure of our website, and we need CSS to create a good looking website that is giving like a makeup to that website. And why we need JavaScript? Can we skip JavaScript can able to create a website? The answer is yes, of course. You are skipping JavaScript and you are creating a website, that is completely yes possible, and you can able to create it with some other programming language. For that, you need to understand what is backend. Backend is nothing but what are the tech stack involved in backend is we need a server. A server is nothing but that is the one one thing that is going to transfer our data from internet one place to another place through internet. Okay, so it is basically we will buy from third parties. Okay, so we will buy and we will use it. Okay, we just give an access and we will use it. This is how the internet is working. Once you are searching it in Google, what is happening? The Google server takes your request and go through the internet and find the answer, and it will give to you. So that is the server is. Okay, and we need a programming language. Okay, to handle the server. Okay, and we need this database. And what is the database is? Well, the server taking a request and go find somewhere, right? The somewhere is going to be the database where the data are get stored. The informations, the whole information is going to be stored there. So from there only we are going to do it. Right now we are publishing our website. Okay, so if you are asking your website in Google, what will happen? The Google will go and go through, the server will take the request and go for the Google database and just check whether any website is listed in Google or not. It finds any website, yes, I have a website in this domain name, just give to the website, then it is going to be shown to us. For example, right now you are searching YouTube, how YouTube is coming, it is the same process. You can able to see a page reloading will happen. So why the page is started to reload? The page is started to reload because it is a time taking process. Yeah, because it is a time taking process, and the server need to take the request and go for the database and find the response, and it need to send it again. So that is why the page is reloading. Okay, so without JavaScript, yes, you can able to create a website with HTML, CSS, a server, programming language, and database. It is possible, yes, possible, because before 1995 there are so much of website is created. How they are created? They are created without even Facebook. How they are introduced? They are introduced without JavaScript. By then, why we need JavaScript? Then why I need to learn JavaScript? Just imagine you are going for a shop. Okay, so you are going for an restore or any grocery shop or any shop. Okay, and you are asking the shopkeeper to give, we are asking the shopkeeper to give some milk products, dairy products. Okay, so the shopkeeper is getting your response, and the shopkeeper is taking your response and go into the store, and he's searching for the dairy products, and he find the dairy products, and he comes out the store and he's giving to you. Okay, so now you get the dairy product. So this is the process. You are asking something. Okay, a server will be there, take the request and go and search for the request is available or not. If it is available, it will takes the response and it will bring back to you and it will display to you. That is the thing, right? Just imagine right now you are asking not a main thing, right? You are not asking a product to get, you are asking some additional information about that product, like sir, can you tell about this brand? So this brand is looking something new, what is this brand is of, can you tell? Like that you are asking with your shopkeeper, but your shopkeeper, it's taking time to explain that. He's searching somewhere, he's searching some notes, and he's searching some bill where the product is come from, like that he's taking some time to respond to you. Just imagine you are asking a small additional information, the person is taking to respond to you. Okay, and you have, like that you have around 10 questions to ask about that brand. Just for imagination, you have 10 questions. For example, what is this brand, where it is manufactured, whether it is vegan free or sorry, it is dairy product, I'm not to tell like that. And I can say whether it is certified, what is the price, what is the discount, is there any sales price, sales discount is going on, is there any coupon is available, or any something other than like what can I say, can we get this product in wholesale, it is discounted, or can I get a sample of this product? Like that you have 10 questions to ask. Remember that every time you are going to give asking something, the person is taking time to explaining things. Okay, he is taking time to explaining things. Okay, so he need to take. So that is what happens when you create a website without JavaScript. So what is the scenario? So here we are created an HTML and CSS. So whatever the request, whatever the interaction that you're going to make in that website, the server, the main shopkeeper, the server, the main person, he is going to take the deal. He is going to take the request. Okay. So this means every time you are giving a request, it need to go and travel through the internet and finds a place somewhere from Canada, somewhere the database is located. It need to go to the database, it need to find the answer, it need to again travel through the internet, and you need to show it to your computer for doing some small interaction. You're asking about a small additional information of 10 question, it need to do it. And every time it is going to reload the page, right? So an example I'm giving, without reloading, it is possible, but I'm giving an example. Every time it takes some time to explain. So this is a website that is before JavaScript. Understand? You can clearly understand, right? So this takes some time each and every time, and this is okay. So this is okay, fine, I can wait and I can check it. Well, maybe you can think like that, but remember that what is according to the data, if a website is taking more than 3 seconds to load, then 90% of the website is not going inside this website. Okay, if it is taking less than 3-second load, then only the people are going to that. So otherwise, if it is taking some loading, okay, taking again and again, it is loading, they are not using it. Just imagine when Facebook was introduced, how many of them used, and after that how many of them used. Why? Because every time you are going to make an interaction, okay, every time you are going to make an interaction, the server need to handle the request. You are like something, the page will reload. You are commenting something, the page will reload. You are posting something, it is automatically reload. Like that, every time you're going to do an action, the page is going to reload, which means the server is going to take place. And imagine how many of the people are working in the internet, and how many of you are accessing or having internet access, and every time the server need to work, the owner of the website need to work, then probably what will happen, in some point of time you can able to get an indication like server down, huge traffic, or in olden days, what is the message, it will come like internet bandwidth limit exists, or it will show that there is huge traffic occur right now, please open the website again later, like that it will come. Okay, so because of that, because I'm using the owner for doing small tasks, okay, so that is not good. So what if I created a website with the JavaScript, what is going to do? Simply the same example, you are going for a shopkeeper and you are asking for a dairy product. So now the shop owner will go, and what he will do, okay, it will go and he will get the dairy product and he will give to you. Okay, and you are asking some additional 10 information, now the owner will not target, there is a salesperson will be there, a boy who is handling these things, okay, a salesperson. And what he will do, his work is to communicate with the people. Okay, so when you are asking something without refreshing something, without any delay, he will going to answer you. So if you are asking about discount, yes, there is a discount will be there, you can buy it with the two products, you will get one product free. This product is from somewhere place around Mumbai, and this product is manufactured by the government, and this product is a certified product, you can get it in wholesale. Whatever the question that you are going to ask, it is going to be respond to that, right? So that is what JavaScript is going to do. So just imagine a website with JavaScript, a website without JavaScript. A website with JavaScript, probably they are the static website, web 1.0. So with web point, like we are in web 2.0, a JavaScript that makes more things possible. Okay, so I'm just telling about the website. Think about web apps like Google Maps, Netflix, Hotstar, like those kind of progressive web apps without JavaScript. Is it possible? Why I'm saying that? Because Google Maps, just imagine the works that we are, the interaction that we make in Google Maps. Zoom in, zoom out, click, double click, or anything like what we will do, and what we do, dragging in, dragging out, right? So those things, every time you're going to zoom, the page will reload. Every time you're going to drag, the page will reload. Is that the server is going to be activated? Is that a good one? Is that we can able to come up with an application? It's not possible, right? So JavaScript, with JavaScript, So simply, he's a owner. Whenever you want to use that owner, you can use it. Then I will be that. If you want to change, if you want to do some interaction, you need some additional information, you need some dynamic, I will do that for you. I will do that for you. By changing the HTML and CSS, I will do that for you. And right now it is a lot more updated, like single page application concept is that. We'll discuss that later. So JavaScript will do that. And whenever a need for server, right? Whenever a need for server, whenever the owner is needed, during that time you can able to contact it. So an example I'm going to give, we can go for a website called Dribble. Okay, Dribble is a website for social media website. So Dribble is a social media website for graphic designer. Okay. 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 So it's a social media website for graphic designer. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the lot more is changed in Dribble website also. Okay. So let us see that what are the JavaScript interaction here. It will be that you can able to see this animations and branding. There are something changes in Dribble website. It is they have changed something, like they changed the user interface. Right now only I'm seeing. So you can see this drop down. So simply if someone clicks it, you can able to see and entire div tag is created. Inside that that UL tag with LI is created. We are having this, and we have this animation. If we click this animation, you can see without reloading the page, the content of the page just are changing. That is whole different concept. Sorry, like that you can able to see without reloading the page, that is going to be changed. And you can see this filter, a great example for JavaScript. What is happening, an entire div is added, and as it is giving a fade in fade out animation, and everything is working like this, right? So this is going to be do that. Okay, so the JavaScript is doing that, and you can see this scroll to top. If I scroll it, it is going to the top, right? So how it is happening, the JavaScript is doing that. Not only that, to changing that to, and where the server will work. For example, I need to upload something. If I click it, you can see the page is reloading. So because for uploading something, I need the server, because I need to upload that to my database. So I need the server. So it is giving me the server. Okay. Okay, so these all are the place. These all are the place where whenever we need the server, we can go for that time. And other the time, if I want to change the page dynamically, I can use JavaScript. Okay, so that is the one thing. Okay, so now what we're going to do? Yeah, we're going to create an application. We're going to create an application, and how we're going to learn the concept, and we're going to create an application, and we're going to execute it. Okay, simply what we're going to create, we're going to create a converter app. Okay, so let us go and discuss how to create a converter app. So for that, in our index.html, is going to write converter app like this, and we have created it. And let us go for the style.css. Okay, here I will call this h1, and I just say text align center like this, and we will wrap this inside a div. Okay, it is called dot container class container. I just going to give it, and now I just going to place inside this like this. Okay, and here what I'm going to do, I just going to create an input. Okay, so this is going to have a text. Okay, and the next thing what I'm going to do, I just going to create a paragraph tag, and here I just going to show the result of that. So what we can convert, well, we can convert the kilogram to pounds. Okay, how can I convert it? Okay, let us go for kg to pounds. So this application, you can able to see Google by default, they have this information. So 1 kilogram is equal to 2.20462 pounds. Okay, so this is the conversion. So basically we're going to create this application. If someone gives 5, 6, what will happen? It is giving, it is converted value, it is giving, right? So what I'm going to do, if someone gives some value inside this input, I need to display here. Okay, so what is the exact bounds? I just want to display it here. So this is possible with the help of JavaScript only. So how can I do it? How can I do it? Let us go and we will discuss how can we do it. Okay, so for that we need to know about some of the concept. The first concept is going to be the variable. So what is variable? Variable is nothing but a container to store data. Container to store data. So what is mean by this? Well, here you can able to see the user is going to give some value, right? I need to get the value and I need to store it in somewhere. Then only I can able to take the value and I can able to use to convert it, right? So for that purposes, we need to create a variable. It is a container to store a data. So simply it will create a small container in your browser and it is going to add those value inside that. That is what it is going to do. So how can I create a variable? For creating a variable, we need three things. Okay. The first thing is going to be keyword. Keyword. And second one is going to be identifier. And third one is going to be, first one keyword, second one identifier, third one is going to be the value. Okay. So what is keyword? A keyword is nothing but an reserved words. Okay. With the help of this reserved words only, the browser will understand that, okay, so they want a so they are used that reserved word. So they want to create a variable. So they use a reserved word. They want to create a loop. They use this reserved word. They want to create a function. So how they can understand? With the help of this keyword only. Okay. So there are three keywords is there to create a variable. Okay. Right now we're going to see about only one keyword, that is going to be let. Okay. So let is a keyword that is used to create an variable. Okay. So now I just tell that let. So it is a reserved word. You can able to see it in some color, right? So it is a reserved word. So I cannot use it. It is used for the purpose for what it is meant for. Okay. So now the browser will understand. Okay. So they are going to create a variable. I need to open up a container. So the container is open. So now I need to name the container. Why I need to name the container? Because in future I can able to get more data, right? And each and every data should be stored in separate container. And I need to identify that each and every container. For example, just giving a label to the boxes, like this is book, this is gadgets, this is some other things, right? So we are giving a label, right? So that is what here we are giving. So giving a name for the container, that is called as identifiers to identify the container. So what is the identifier mark I am giving here? I just going to say kg value, like this. Okay, because the kilogram value that we're going to fetch. And here I need to fetch this data. I need to fetch whatever the user is giving. I need to fetch this data and I want to store it here. Okay. So, but I don't know how to do it. How can I fetch a result that is in browser and how can I get it to my local computer? How can I fetch it? How can I do that? Well, for that only we need another thing that is called as DOM. Right now we don't know what is that. So I going to give a default value 45. Okay. Right now I am giving, but future I going to update it. So this is called variable. We have created a variable. So a container is created with a value with a label of kg, and inside that we added 45 as the value. Okay, so we have created. Now I need to check it whether my container is created or not. So how can I check it? Simply use the console.log and call for this kg value. If you call this kg value, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? It is going to send whatever the value that you stored inside this variable in the console. If it is sent, then it is created a variable and it is successfully added. If it is not, then it is going to throw us an error. But now here it is sent successfully, right? If I give some errors like this, okay, and I just ask for it, you can see unexpected identifier kg value. It is saying that this identifier, the identifier you're asking for kg value is not there. It's telling that syntax it is not there. Why? Because we are mentioned the keyword is wrong. So I just give the keyword correctly and it will be work now. Okay. There are several rules is there and there are so much of keywords is there, so much of data types is there. But if we started to discuss everything, then we are not able to cover it in 1 hour. Okay. So that is why we are going with the application basis. Like how can I create an application and how can I learn it? Okay. So right now we created a variable and we stored a data called 45. Okay. So to get the data here, what I'm going to enter here, I need to get it, right? So for that, we have some different operation. We will discuss that later. Okay. So the second one, what we're going to discuss is, this is first concept. The second concept we're going to discuss is going to be functions. Functions are very important in JavaScript. They're going to have a vast use cases. Okay. So what is function? A functions is also like variable. It is going to store something. Okay. But variable store data. Okay. Variable store data. If you call it, it will give the data. But function store a block of statement, a block of code. Okay. It is going to store a block of code. Okay. So whenever I call the function, it will execute the block of code. Okay. That is what going to happen. Let's see how it is happening. So for creating function, you need to use a function keyword. Okay. This is a keyword for creating a function. And second, you need to give a name for this function. So I'm just going to give a name. I can say this is going to be add. Okay, I'm going to add something. I just give add. This is going to be my name. And next, you need to give this parenthesis, and then you need to give this curly braces. Okay, so this parenthesis, I will tell why it is used for. This curly braces is used to store the block of code. Here we're going to write a statement, a code, like more than one line of code. We're going to write it, right? So to store, to group together, we have this curly braces. This is called as block, a curly braces, open curly and closed curly. This is called as block. Okay. Here what I'm going to write, I'm going to say, here I'm going to declare a variable, let a equal to 13 plus 16. You can see this is a variable, but this is a statement. Okay. And here I'm going to say, so I say that when someone calls the function, the function is going to execute this variable, right? So here I just going to say, I just simply write a console.log a. Okay. Okay. So usually we write this code outside this function. If I write this code, I just going to comment off this one, and I just write the same code outside the function, what we will get the answer of it, right? But if I write the same code inside the function, a block of code inside this function, okay, you can see that is, I will not getting anything. Why? Because a function, it will be there in our memory. Whenever you are calling the function, during that time only, it is going to execute the inner code. Whatever you are writing, it is going to execute it. So how how it will work? How can I call the function? By using the function name. So here add is going to be the function name. I just going to call add and followed by this parenthesis. Okay. So if you need to call like this. Okay. If you call like this and if you enter, now you can able to see 29. So what is happening here? Once you called the function is going to evoke whatever you have entered here. Make sure that you are giving this parenthesis. If you don't give any parenthesis, it will not evoke. Okay. So to invoke this function, then you need to use this parenthesis. Once you use this parenthesis, okay, once you use this parenthesis, the entire code is going to be executed. So a variable is created with 16 and 13, and once the variable is created, the console is going to access the variable and it is going to display here. That is what it is going to do. And this console.log is just used for debugging purposes. Okay. So to return, when someone calls a function, something I need to return, right? I need to run a block of statement, then I need to return a value, right? So for that, instead of console.log, what we have this return statement. Okay, return statement. Or what this return keyword will do means it will decide what to return in this function. You may write like so much of logic. For example, I create another variable, let b equal to 6 plus 9, 8, like this. You can write so much, like entire line of block of code, you can write it. But this return keyword will decide what to return. So here if I put a, it is going to return. If someone calls the function, it is going to return only a. If I run it, you can see nothing. Why? Because we just called the function and the return keyword is going to return this a to this place. But here if it is there, nothing, right? So I just want to wrap it as inside this console.log. So what will happen? What will happen? what will happen? This console.log, whatever we are giving, we just want to invoke this function. So what is the function is going to return? What is the value the function is going to return? It will be shown inside this console.log. If it is shown in the console.log, it is going to be displayed here, right? So if I go and if I save it, you can see we are getting this value. And here, instead of A, I give B. Then if I save it, you can get the value 14 because 6 plus 8 is 14, right? So the return keyword decides what I need to return. Okay, so this is the end of this function, and it will after that you cannot write anything because the function will return. If a function is returned, then it will be just go out of memory. Okay, so it will be remove everything. So it will wait for another someone to call. Okay, so that's what it will do. This is function. Okay, and here this parenthesis is called as parameters. This parenthesis is called as parameters. So this is used to pass an outside data to a function inside. Okay, instead of creating a variable here, what if this variable are outside the function? Okay, I created this variable outside the function, and I need to access this a value and b value inside this function. How can I access it? Simply here I say let C equal to A plus B. Okay. What I want to do, I just want to add A and B. How can I do it? Well, for that you need to pass the value of A and pass the value of B to this here. So here I can say num and num2. Okay, so what we can do means whatever the value that A have, whatever the value that B have, okay, I can take up this value, I can take the value, and I can able to pass inside this function. How we can pass it? There is a sequence is there. So how we can pass it means simply here you can tell how many data that you want from outside. Okay, so here I want 2 data. So you need to give the name. So the name is going to be num and then num1. Okay, so I'm telling that there is a 2 data is coming from outside, that is num1 and num, and I just want to add the num and num1. Okay, and I just want to store the value inside the C, and I just want to return the C outside. That's what it is. Now how can I get this num and num1? Right now it is nothing inside it, right? I need to pass this data inside this num1. How can I pass it? Well, you can pass it here. Here you can tell it what the value that you want to pass. For example, I'm going to pass the A comma B. So what will happen means when the place we are passing the value A, this is going to be the A, and here B, this is going to be the B, and this value is go and store inside this num, and this value is go and store inside this num1. So the order is very important. Based upon the order only, it is going to store. If you give something alternatively, it is going to store in based on that order. So you need to give a same order. So now what will happen? We get the value that is coming from here, and we are asking it to add those 2 things and store it in a variable called C. And I just want to return the variable to the place where the function is invoked. So here it is invoked in the console.log. So inside this console.log, we will get 43, where 6, this 20, 29 plus 14 is going to be 43, right? So we are getting this value. So this is functions. Okay, so what are the important thing that you need to notice is a function name, how to invoke a function, a parameter that is taking value from outside, and this is called as argument. So argument is nothing but passing value to a function, that is argument. Taking value from a function is going to be parameters. Okay, so that's what you need to do. And here you will write whatever the block of code that base depends upon the logic, you can write it here, and a return statement will be there. The return statement is used to return a specific things. That is what it is going to do. Okay, so that's what it is. So we have done. So these 2 things we have done. So right now only we need these 2 things only right now. Okay, and third one is going to be event listeners. We're going to discuss about event listeners. So what is mean by event listeners? Event listener is nothing but, for example, when someone clicks it, I need to change this one, this converter app to someone's, right? So what is event listener here? That click is an event. So that particular button is waiting for an event to occur. It is waiting for an event to happen. When someone clicked it, the event is occurred, right? So how can I set that? If someone click a button, something need to happen. For example, here I just going to create a button. Okay, and I just going to say click. Simply like this. Here if I click it, I need to write in the console.log clicked. How can I write it? Simply I'm clicking, it is not coming. So it does not have any event listener. The button is just a dummy button. I need to give functionality to that function. Someone clicks it, then you need to run as something. Here in the console.log, you need to write I am clicked. How can we achieve that? That is event listener. So I need to make the button to wait for that particular event to happen. So how can we do it? Well, simply in the button, let us go for, let us give an attribute. We know what is attribute, an additional information that is given for the HTML tag, like classes, type, everything is an attribute. Okay. Here what I'm going to do, I just going to say on. Once I said on, you can able to see and Visual Studio Code suggestion. There are so much of things will be there, right? So what is this? These are the event listeners. You can able to see on blur, on can play, on change, on click. This is what we need. On DBL click, which means double click. On drag, someone drags an element. On drag over, on drop, on end, on error, on input, when on key press, when someone press the keyboards, when the page is loaded, on load. Like that we have each and every attributes. These are the event listener. What I want a click event. If someone clicks the event, right now I just say I added an event listener here. If someone clicks this event, I need to execute something. So what is the value it will take? Well, it is going to take up a function. What is that? It is going to take up a function. So for that, I just going to create a function. Here, I just going to create a function and I just say event handle event. Okay, I created a function with the name of handle event, and inside this function I just going to say console.log. Okay, the button is clicked. Like this. Okay, I have clicked it, and if I refresh and save it, you can see nothing will be there. When you call the function name, what will happen? Handle event with this function name. If I run it, you can able to see the button is clicked will occurs. And if I just go and copy how many times I want to run, it is going to execute that much time, right? So now what I want, I don't want to call it here. When someone clicks it, right? When someone clicks this one, then I need to add a button is clicked event here. So simply when someone clicks this button, I need to run this function, and this function is need to display the value in the console. That is what the functionality it is, right? So we need to connect our function with the event listeners. So how can we connect it? Well, we can connect it with just calling this name of the function here. I just say handle event, right? This is the name of the function, and I just going to say if someone clicked it, just invoke this function. That's it. If I just go here, if I click here, you can see how many times I'm going to click. You can see here how many times I click. It will come here. Click, click, click. You can able to see this, and you can add so much of event listeners. For example, instead of on click, if I say on drag, if I just started to drag, like it will become once you drag on it. Okay, so this is a different event. We will discuss this. We can go for on double click. Okay, it will be occurs when someone clicks it. Okay, I just say one. If I'm clicking one time, it will not occurs. I'm clicking double time, it will occurs. Double time, click it, click it, click it, it will occurs. And we have on mouse over, mouse over. So what is mean by this? Well, a mouse is entered into that element, it will evoke. We don't want to click it at anything, just mouse enters into that element. If I just enters, you can see enters, enter, a mouse is entered, how many times it is going to enter, it is going to evoke. Simply the hover event. That's what it is. Okay, simply these all are the event. So what we need to do, we need to connect our function with our mouse over element. That's what, like whatever the event listener, we need to connect it. And inside this function, I need to tell what is the HTML content and what is the CSS content I need to change. So we need to know how to change that, right? So for that, we're going to see the next topic. So right now we have discussed about what is event listener, what is functions, and what is variables. We have seen how to connect your function with the event listeners. Now next we're going to discuss about DOM. Okay, what is this DOM? Well, this DOM is a mediator. So it is an API, like it is an object. It will helps us to communicate with the browser, and whatever the changes I want to make in the JavaScript, it will help this. Okay, so simply, if you want to grab the value, okay, if you want to grab this value, okay, you can see it is throwing error because this, I just commented off this function. That is why here I just going to change on click. If I save it, and now if I click it, then only we will get errors. On click. I click, then only we get error because the function I just commented off. So there is no function is existed. It is going to show like this. Okay. So the next thing what I want, what are the functionality I want to add? Well, if the user enters a data, I need to grab the data. Okay. How it is possible? With the help of DOM, it is possible. With the help of DOM only, it is possible. And once I grabbed the data, I need to convert it to pounds. So that is possible by functions. Like we can get the data and I need to multiply. Just I want to multiply it with the value 210, some value that is there, right? So if it is 1, it is 2.20462. This is the value I need to multiply the user given value with this value I need to multiply. And once I multiplied, then I need to store inside a variable. The result value I just want to store inside a variable. And I want to return that value outside, right? And that value is again taken by the DOM. Okay, it's again taken by the DOM and it will go and paste inside this paragraph tag. Okay, so that's what it will do. That's what simply it is going to do. Okay, so how can we do it? So DOM is like it is the starting point, this is an ending point, and that whatever the functionality of JavaScript is in the middle. It is going to, the data that comes because of DOM, we will get the data and we will add JavaScript functionality to change whatever the changes that I want to change for the data. I will change it, and once I converted it, again I send the data to the same DOM and it will go and send to the user interface. That's what it will do. Okay, so now what I want first of all, I want the data that is inside this input tag. The user is going to insert inside this input tag. Okay, so simple concept. In DOM, there are so much of things will be there. First category is going to be grabbing an element. Why I need to grab an element? Why I need to select an element? So simply, if you want to add a CSS, if you want to add a style for this H1 tag, first you need to select the tag, right? So then only you can able to add as background color, right? CSS you can able to add it. You selecting that and you are giving the property and you are giving the value. This is called as decoration in CSS, right? But when it comes to JavaScript, if I want to take some value, if I want to change some value, same, I need to first grab that element. So here we have selectors, ID selector, tag selector, class selector, but here we have DOM properties to select the element. Okay, here to grab an element, we're going to discuss about only one method, that is how to grab an element by ID. Okay, so this is the method that we're going to see. Okay, grab an element by ID. So which element I need to grab? First, I need to grab this input tag. I just go to this index.html and inside this input tag, I just going to give an ID, and here I just going to say input value. And I can give it, right? I just give it. Now what I'm going to do in JavaScript, with the help of DOM, I need to grab this input tag. Then only if I grab that element, then only I can able to get the value that the user is going to enter, right? So what I'm going to do, I just going to say, what is the method to grab an ID is, you just want to call document. So like how we have console.log, same like that, this is a method, default method available. Document dot get element by ID. Okay, remember this one, get element by ID, and method is followed by this parenthesis. Okay, you need to call it, and whatever the ID that you want to grab, you need to tell inside this. So here it is going to be input val. Okay, so this is the ID name that we have given for this input tag, right? So we are grabbing that input. Now I need to check whether I successfully grabbed or not. So for that, what I can do? Well, I can store the grabbed value inside a variable. I'm going to say let input inp val equal to, okay, inp val equal to input value. Okay, now I just going to say what is inp val, to check whether I grabbed the element successfully or not. By checking here, you can able to see an input will be there. Most case it will come like that. Just give a refresh, you can get the entire input tag. You can see we are getting the input tag, so we successfully grabbed it. Okay, and in this input tag, what I want is, okay, simply what I want is whatever the value they're going to enter, that is what I want. So how can I get the value? See here, you can see this input ID types. What is this ID and types? They are an attributes, an additional information, right? Additional information for that particular tag. We can able to access, we can able to get it. For example, if I ask for input dot type, what is the type of it? What is the type of that? It is a text. What is the ID of that particular input value? It is going to be input val. It is the ID name, right? We can able to get it. Same like that, in our input tag, we have value also. Okay, so it is optional whether we can able to add, we can add it. If I add 90, then you can able to see a default value 90 will be there, and I can simply call for input dot value, and if I ask for it, we will get this value. If I just change the value and now if I ask, now you are asking for this, it will not come right now. Just understand, we can able to get the value, right? We can able to get the value of it. So what we need, I need to use this value. Right now there is nothing here, I can leave it also. So by default it is there in HTML, we can able to access it. So simply, if you want the value of an element, if you want the value of an element, okay, so right now you can see there is nothing, empty here, that is why it is giving like this. And if you add any value, when someone clicks this button, I need to grab the input value. That is the functionality I want to add. So what I'm going to do, I just going to add an event listener, that is event handle. We have a function already. I'm going to create the function again. So here a function that is going to be handle event. Okay, here I ask for console.log. Okay, console.log hello, or we can ask for, yeah, simply hello, like this. And now how many times I'm going to click? We're going to click that much time, hello, right? So we're going to click. So instead of that, what I want is I need to grab this value. If someone clicks it, I need to grab the input value. So how can I do it? Well, I'm going to create a variable, let I can say value equal to, this is the grabbed element. I'm just going to grab this, and what is the attribute that we want? It is going to be value. Okay, it is going to be value that I want. If someone enters some value like this, and if someone clicks it, then I need to grab the value of right now what is they entered in the current. I just want to grab the value and I want to store inside this value, and I want to display it in my console.log. Save it. Now let us go write something. Let us click it here. You can able to see we are getting this value in this console.log. So if I give some other values, and if I just started to click it here, we will get that value. We can able to grab this value, right? And you can able to see that, right? So now what I want, I don't want to show it in the console because no customer is going to see, no client is going to see our application in the console, whether it is showing or not. I want to show the value here inside this result. Instead of this result, I need to show this. How can I do it? How can I do it? Well, it's simple. First, you need to grab the element and you need to add a property and a value like CSS. Grab the element, give a property, what you want to change, and give the value, what you need to change. That's it. Simply, first what I need to grab, this is the element I need to grab. Okay. So if the function is occurs, it is going to grab an element called this paragraph tag. So right now we know we can able to grab an element by their ID. I just give an ID as demo. Okay. And go here, and inside this function, I'm going to create another variable. Like say let result equal to document dot get element by ID, and inside this ID I just going to grab this demo, right? I just want to grab the demo. Okay. Now what I going to do for changing the content? So right now what I want to do in CSS, what are the property? We have so much of property: background color, background image, position, display, flex box, grid box, aligned items, text align, font size, font family, so much of items, and each and everything is built for changing some purpose, right? Same like that in here also we have so much of attributes will be there. So what is my work is I need to change the inner HTML, this result to some other thing. What is the result that I am getting? Instead of showing result here, I just want to show the actual value. So for that we have a property called inner HTML. Dot inner HTML. We can use that property to change the inner things. Whatever the content, inner content is inside the tag, we can able to change it. How can I do it? Simply result is going to be the tag I want to add. I just want to change. I just say result dot. I'm going to use a property called inner HTML, and give a equal to. Here you need to tell what is the value that you want to change. Here I simply say hi. If someone clicks this button, this result now is going to change to hi. If I click it, you can able to see it is changed to hi. How it is changed? Because we grabbed the element and we added a property like how background color, position, everything will be there. Same for changing the content, we have some methods. One of the method is inner HTML. Okay, basic common method. There are not so much method will be there, little bit, and most commonly we will use so little bit only. But there are huge like so much of method is also available. Okay, we can use. So we change it. I don't want to display hi. What I want to display, I need to display this value. Whatever the user is entering, I need to display that value here. How can I do it? Simply say value. Save it. Now I just going to say 67. Click. You can able to see the 67 is coming here. If I just going to say sound like this and I click, it is going to come in here, right? It is coming here, but that is what I don't want. What I want is I want this value to convert into a pounds, right? That is what we want. So what I'm going to do here, 1 kg is equal to how many pounds? It's 2.20. So then simply whatever the value the user is giving, I need to multiply that value with this value. Then I will get the value. Simply I just going to copy it here. I just going to paste here. Okay. Or we can create a separate one like let calculated result equal to value multiplied by the value that we are having, 2.460. This is what it is. And what you need to display, you don't want to display the value, you need to display the calculated value, calculated result, right? Now I save it. Let us go here. Now if I give 1 and I just click enter, I get 2.20462. If I let me check with 78 and I just click here, we will get 71719635, something like this. Let us go for here and let us change this one to 78. 171961, and there are so much of things is entered here, and here they are just entering three things. That's what it is. Okay, we have some method to cut it down some of the decimal values also. That is, let me see later. So we have done with that. So now you can able to see it is still there. Once I entered, I clicked it. I just want to remove it. How can I do it? Simple. Right now we are getting the value. We can able to set the value also. Simply what I'm going to do, if the function is completed, if the function is executed, everything is executed, I just want to say the value equal to an empty string. That's it. Now 64 line, there is an error. Okay, here what is, here we entered something like 78. Okay, I entered, and here I just going to say 78. We click it, it's still there. So instead of this, instead of calling this value, just call input dot value. Most of the time it will be work like that. And I just going to save this, and now I just going to say 78, and I just going to click enter, and it is gone. Because what I'm saying, once everything is executed, then remove the default value 78, remove the value 78 to an empty string. It just removed. Okay, it's just going to remove it. So we removed it. Now what we can do, we can able to style it. Simply let us go for the container. Display text direction column. Okay, and with 50%, justify content, center, align items, center. Okay, and okay, and here I just going to say viewport height is equal to 100 viewport. It will be centered here, and you can give the border pixel solid black. Okay, we don't want this one. Okay, okay, let me remove this one like 80. Okay, just say 1 pixel solid text like this, and width we will go for 60 like this. Okay, if you want to align it to again center, and here I can add the border radius, so box shadow, the sizing, nothing special. Okay, shadow 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 8 pixel, and the same thing we can apply for like whatever the styling that you like to apply, you can apply it. I just created a simple converter app. Okay, and what we can do once everything is done, this is done, this is still here, that is fine, we can add it. I just say 67, let us click here, it will just get removed. If I add again not 67, 89, something like this, it will be going to change, and something like this, and it is going to change. And like once you give some other number, we are getting something called as nan. So what is this nan? Nan is not a number. So you are given some something like letters. That is why it is coming here. So to avoid this, what you can do in index.html, instead of text, you can use number as a default thing. So now if you try to enter some string like a letter, it will not work. Only the number will work. So you can avoid this. There are so other ways will be there, and you can able to work with. Okay. So this is a basics things. Okay, just a basics thing. Okay, just a basic thing. What all are the other concepts I need to learn, and what all are the concepts that I want to, if I want to learn to achieve masters in JavaScript. So what are the concepts that I want to focus? First one is going to be basic. Okay, in basic concept we have discussed only functions and functions, event, what is events, and what is going to be variable. Not even fully we taken about functions, not even fully we teach about variables like that. We have it even handle stuff we have not teach it, just given introduction only. Okay, that is what we have given. So we need to learn basics first, not these three things. There are so much of things will be there: functions, loops, conditional statements, operations, data types, objects, iterators. Like there's so much of basic concept will be there. We need to learn that to understand the syntax and the functionality of each and everything, that basic things. Okay, so if you want to learn basics, well, we have already conducted 5 days of workshop by Nabidu Biswasa in the previous week. From March 6 to 10, the workshop is already taken. That video is freely available in the YouTube channel. You can go and look into that, and you can have an idea about what are the basic concepts that you need to learn in your JavaScript. Okay, and then DOM. So DOM, we have discussed only how to grab an element by their ID and how to change the inner. If I want to change the inner value, how can I change it, and how can I get an input value, and how can we, that's it. We have discussed about that only, right? Grabbing an element, grabbing an element, and how can we get the value of it, and how can I change the inner HTML. That is what we have changed. And one more thing is to change the, now if someone clicks it, for example, if someone clicks it, okay, not only the HTML I need to change, and also I need to change the this container's background. How can I do it? How can I, the styling part, how can I do it? So here I just going to give an ID. Okay, I just give for this container, I just going to give this is going to be an ID like CLC, like this. Okay, any name, any ID name. Here what I going to do, I just going to grab that value. Okay, just going to grab the value. I just going to say CLC, and here I will give the ID is going to be CLC. And here, if you want to change the, this is dot inner HTML is used to change the inner HTML, right? If you want to change the style CSS, okay, then what you need to do, you need to call the element and you need to write style. Okay, dot element dot style, and click enter. You can write what is the property right now you need to change. So we have background property, margin property, width, display, so much of things, right? So like that you can able to mention it here. I want to change, you can see what are the properties that are available. I want to change the background color. So but the syntax is different. You can see here in CSS, each and everything is separated. Each word is separated by a dash. That is called as cup case. But here it is in JavaScript, we follow a case called lower camel case. Okay, so the first letter should be small, and the upcoming word should be caps. So this is the difference, case only difference, but same thing. Here, what is the color I need to change? Well, the color I need to change is orange. I want to change it to orange. So what is going to happen? So if someone gives the value and if someone clicks the button, it is going to change the result and also the inner HTML of it, and also it is going to change the entire background of that container. If I click it, you can see the orange color is appeared with this background of this container. So this is CSS. Manipulating HTML content is HTML. Manipulating the background color, styling things, it is CSS. You can manipulate margin, you can manipulate padding, display property, whatever you can able to manipulate. That's what it is. Okay, so this is things you need to learn to become a front-end developer. Okay, and what is the next thing you need to learn is you need to learn ES6. So ES6 is nothing but it is advanced JavaScript, the modern JavaScript, the new version of JavaScript, we can say that. So the syntax are a little bit different in ES6 and so much of methods, newer method will be added. So why you need to learn this means if you want to learn React, Vue, Angular, anything, those are created based on this new syntax. So you need to create this. Okay, so you need to learn this ES6 also. So if you learn ES6, basically you can learn React. Most probably you don't want to go for any other frameworks and things, you can go for React. Then you need to learn async. So if you learn async, you can able to understand how to work with APIs and the backend concept like Node.js. Okay, you can able to work with that. So what are the concepts that you need to work with this? Like I say, Node.js. What is Node.js? Well, Node.js is a runtime environment. This is going to helpful that you can use the same JavaScript in backend also. So if you learn JavaScript, then you can able to work with frontend and also you can able to work with backend. So both the place you can able to work with. So which means you can able to create an end-to-end application with learning one language, that is going to be JavaScript. So no other language is required. Okay, so the Node.js also follow the same syntax and it will follow that. And async is nothing but it is a whole different concept, ideology of JavaScript. It is something different. Okay, so whole different. And where you can learn it for year 6, for year 6 we going to have 20 to 24, we're going to have a 4 days of React class will be there. Okay, so 4 days of React. So for basics and DOM, it is already completed this week, this month. 6 to 10 we already completed, so you can watch it. 6 to 10 the previous, you can get it in the previous class. 4 days of workshop, it is completed. And here we're going to have a 4 days of workshop. It is 20 to 24 the basic React class. In that basic React class, the year 6 is covered in the within the first day. Within the first day we will complete it, and you can able to understand that one. For before that, you need to have some understanding in basics in DOM and everything. Okay, and for async, we will maybe the next month we have some advanced to mastery JavaScript class. In that time you can able to learn this one. Okay, so this is, if you learn this topics and everything, the whole thing will be done. And this is a small functionality, you can add it. And this is a functionality for a converter app, and whatever you can do it. And this is how everything work. Okay, so this is how we will write it, and everything will be there. If you have any doubts right now, you can ask me. Okay, let me check. Yeah, the second attendance form is already shared in the chat box. You can fill the attendance form. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Once you filled the attendance form, tell it in the chat box. Yes, I filled it, like that. Okay, tell it in the chat box. That is fine. Okay, just a minute. Hi. Yes. Yes. Yes, Sudarshan. Hi everyone. Yeah. Okay. So this is how it, and I just given what is the workflow that you can follow it for HTML and CSS. Whatever, what all are the things that you have learned is more than enough. But not more than enough. It is okay. Like you can, for HTML is more than enough. For CSS, you need to learn much more. You need to give some practices. For JavaScript, it we not even complete, we not even taken we not even get started. We just work with some small application only. Okay, so you need to follow this one. Okay, you need to complete the basics on DOM. For basics and DOM, you can go for our YouTube channel. 4 days workshop, 5 days workshop is already taken the previous week. From 6 to 10 we have completed a workshop. You can watch that workshop. It is free. It is available in YouTube channel. It is taken by 𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵. You can go and you can ask it. And if you have any doubts, you can communicate through us WhatsApp, and you can communicate. You can comment it in the chat box. We will reply it also. No problem with that. Okay, so that's one. And if you want to learn the year 6, then attend upcoming workshop. That is 4 days workshop, not an 4 hours workshop. It is going to be 4 days workshop. We're going to discuss it much more that. And it is 20 to 20. Sorry, I just tell the wrong name. So 13 to 17 the JavaScript is taken. Okay, so 20 to 24 20 to 24 React 4 days of workshop is going to be there. I'm going to take the React basics and fundamentals things I'm going to teach in React. So there also the certification will also provide for you. Okay, so you will get an participation certificate there. And in 27 to 31 you will get the advanced React JS. Okay, so it will going to be an 8 days of 8 maybe 8 to 10 days of workshop will be there, where you will get the whole thing about this one. All right, the entire React. Okay, so much of hellos. Thank you. Hello. Okay, so if you have filled the attendance form, just tell filled. Okay, because there is going to be end, and we just if you just fill the attendance form, just going to be fill that form, and you can follow this structure to get through the entire web development journey. And all the best for your journey. If you really like the content and whatever you have teach, it is, if you feel like it is worthy, just give a like and subscribe, and share it in your social media, and we will communicate through in social media. And if you are filled the attendance form, you will get an certificate before Monday evening. Before Monday evening you will get it. Okay, so those who are filled before Monday evening, you will get the attendance, you will get the participation certificate through your mail ID, and 𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵 sir will post it in the LinkedIn also, and you will get an social display also. Okay, you will get it. Okay, so thank you so much for this 4 hours of workshop. I really appreciate your hard work. Thank you so much. Okay, so just give a like and subscribe to support our work. Thank you all. And if you like to join, if you are not in the WhatsApp group, join the WhatsApp group. The link is shared right now. If you are not in WhatsApp group, share it. We will update you what all of the upcoming workshop in YouTube is going to be happen. So the React Advanced and the 12 hours of bootcamp, free gigs like that, everything will be updated in this WhatsApp group only. Just join it and communicate with your co-learners and just get started into it. Okay, that's what it is. So